Ladies and gentlemen, college football is officially back. Mercyhurst under Tom Sadesky, the head coach, taking on a top 10 Youngstown team. And this one brought to you by Prize Picks. Use my code HMA Play 5. Get 150 in bonus lineups if your first $5 lineup hits. Again, Thomas Sadesky, the new head coach at Mercyhurst. His first season in charge of the team after being the offensive coordinator at Mercyhurst for the last 2 seasons. He'll take on Youngstown State, a tough matchup here. These teams met last season. Youngstown State won that one by a final score of 24-15. See what can happen here. It's been far too long. You were not kidding. The first of 2 games we're doing this game, and then later tonight, Rams Chargers preseason. How's it going, Lou? Appreciate you, man. I should note, every donation counts toward you make the call. Help me decide which game we are calling next Saturday. ECU against Alabama, Oregon State, Houston, North Texas, Indiana, or Coastal Carolina, West Virginia. That'll be the first of 3 games we do next Saturday, alongside, obviously, the Clemson LSU game later tonight, or later on that Saturday night. Yeah, Peter Cullen, absolute legend, the voice of Optimus Prime, voice of Eeyore as well. Yeah, just, man, we're losing everyone right now. It just sucks. It sucks. Youngstown State, number 9 in the nation in the FCS poll. Appreciate all you guys being here for this one. Actual fall football. We are back. We got a game as well tomorrow, the Jaguars game, and then triple header on Saturday with the TCU UNC game. Of course, we got the North Dakota State game and then Memphis against UNLV. Oh, I realize without, we have no Frank. We have no Frank without. All right, we're going to get this one away in just a little bit. It's been going all right, TBWY. Been going all right. Thoughts on the Josh Jacobs charges? How on earth is that only a misdemeanor? That's what I want to know. How on earth is that only a misdemeanor? That is insane to me. If that is true, you should never play again. Like, that's insane. Mercyhurst will get to start things off. Mercyhurst and the Whites going left to right. Youngstown in the Reds going right to left this quarter. Let's get this one underway. Unranked versus number 9. Well, we will see. Here we go. College football officially back. It's the kickoff here. Will be fielded in the end zone and taken out for a touchback. So that is where Mercyhurst is going to start this drive. Mercyhurst has not announced a starting quarterback. There are 3 different guys listed. They have not announced a starter, keeping it close to the chest. Thoughts on that? It's a joke. World's greatest, dude. It's an absolute joke. Fulham, they played very well today. Played very well. Champions League draw. Nothing really stood out in terms of any crazy schedules or anything like that. But Fulham played very well today. Took care of business. We made some good transfers on offense. It's gonna be a fun team to watch attacking wise. So we'll see the quarterback for Mercyhurst, as they do send out. Hang on, give me a second here. Hang on, guys. Sorry about that. You'll be starting quarterback? Yep. You'll be starting quarterback. Did they? Hang on, guys. Javaudin will be the quarterback. Javaudin is the quarterback for Mercyhurst. 2 at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. In the pistol here, Mercyhurst first down the 30-yard line. And here we go for the Lakers. Start off with a handoff up the middle, and that'll be a gain of, we'll say, 4 down to the 34-yard line. Tackle on the play for Youngstown State by Williams West. So Javaudin is the quarterback for Mercyhurst. Thoughts on getting in the Pro Bowl? It's about time. It was long overdue. Javaudin last season, 24 for 39. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Didn't do a lot last season behind Alex Arena. Brings him second, and we'll call it 6. You figure how to memorize? Yeah. You know, they I had to skim for the pronunciation guide. If they didn't run the clock yet, already we're gonna play. Yep. We got that yet. Lakers Penguins. This is FCS seems wonderful. Yep. The results, yeah, Scotland, that was bad for Scotland. Yeah, but the Pro Bowl was on its last legs. This one. 1 at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. Mercyhurst going left to right. Back to his left here. Javaudin takes a snap, a gun, handoff up the middle on the shotgun, but they will blow the play dead for a false start, so back it up 5 yards. You'll have his prediction, and when in doubt, go Montana. Montana State or South Dakota State. I'm going to go with Montana this year. I'm going Montana. So back it up 5 yards on the false start, brings up 2nd and 11. Again, Javaudin the quarterback. The junior, 6'3" junior. Bomb score ticker was outdated. I think it very much depends on when it was used. For certain games where there's a lot taking place, I don't think it was, but for standalone games, it was, yeah. Reversing on the broadcast, I'm not sure. 1 on the top of the screen, 1 on the bottom. Play action here, Javaudin fires on the run on the crosser on the right side. It's caught the 45-yard line down to the 46. Good grab there. It's a first down for Mercyhurst And it's Camden Lewis, the sophomore tight end, who makes the grab, gain a 17 and a first. Right now I know all the teams. Yep. Top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL this season, I think, will be Jackson, Allen, Lawrence, Prescott, no particular order, May, Stafford, Prescott on that. I think Jordan Love. I'm not sure about Mahomes. Burrow will be, I'll say Herbert. You know, we're losing a lot of people, Jonathan, this year. Yep. Ball the 46-yard line. Javon's first completion. As the starting quarterback, one the top, one the bottom in the pistol here. Again, Mercyhurst to the whites going left to right now. Back to his left here on the left side. Gonna hand it off up the middle now, bouncing out to the left side. Gamble. He'll get it first to the 50, to the 45, and down at the 42-yard line in Youngstown territory. Brought down on the play by Maximilian Johnson on the left side, but a first down in Youngstown territory on the run out of the gun. Good start here for Mercyhurst on the opening drive. Running out of the gun, a great block there. Taking one of the Youngstown players out of the play, taking Raleigh Collins out of the play. Yep, side downfield, yep. So first and 10, the 42-yard line here for the Lakers. Yeah, head coach's first game with the team after being the offensive coordinator for the last 2 seasons. Promoted here. Mainthausen also on. Yeah, that's on Flow Sports. Stony Brook's also on. And there's another game on, but it's against a D2 school. They want to show in the window 2-3 weeks. I have no problem with that. Another handoff up the middle here out of the gun to the 40-35. Good run here to the 30 and down to the 27-yard line goes Gamble. Back-to-back big chunk plays there by Gamble, brought down by Williams West, but a gain of 15 and a first down for Mercyhurst. Hellbuck to Manga trade, I'm not surprised. I thought it was coming for a while. Yeah, Williams West just got caught out there, eventually able to recover on that one. Cam Smith also on the stop. But a good run there out of the gun by Gamble, first down the 27-yard line. 2 at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom here. Right, Moorhead, that was the other one against Ohio Dominican. Yeah, I didn't want to do that one or put that up because it was a D2 game. Javon 1 for 1 so far. Hasn't had to do a lot so far, but Javon back to his left, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Play action here. Javon rolls out to his left, now resets his feet. Plenty of time. Going to check it down on the drag route to the right side to the 20, to his tight end, 15, to the 10, and down at the 9-yard line. Good job there resetting his feet and throwing the drag route wide open there. Was his tight end, Camden Lewis, once again. 2 grabs for Lewis this drive. First and goal for Mercyhurst. No problem with Super Bowl 2-week break. No, it's nothing to do with that. They're still going to keep the 2-week break for hype purposes, travel purposes. No, Pro Bowl just had to go. The Pro Bowl had to go. Right, hell, going Buffalo win a cup. You never thought I'd say that. Yeah, it is poetic on that one, Bobby. It is pretty poetic. Yeah, first year everyone to qualify. That's awesome. I love when teams like that make it. You know, it sucks, Venture. This year's been brutal for deaths. Trips to the top of the screen. Back to his left. Goal to go situation. I was going to run it. We are so back. Back to his left here is Gamble. Takes it out of the gun. Play action here. Going to fire. Goal line fade down the left side. Incomplete. Want a flag for PI. Not going to get it. Good coverage there by Raleigh Collins, the 50-year man. On that goal line fade down the left side. So looking for Ethan Holbrook, the senior receiver. Brings up second down. If that transition sounds louder than the field sounds, yeah, that's ESPN Plus for you. Next precinct you'll be on the call for tonight, Rams-Chargers. Rams-Chargers tonight, and then Jaguars game on Friday. That's pretty bad, RFK. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Gonna get some caught up with the teams in return. All good on that one. 10 on the play clock here, 11:16 to go. AC joining Big 12 and SEC in the verdict. Had to be. It was getting out of hand. They're gonna send 6. Look at another goal line fade down the left side. Incomplete. That one there, multiple flags flying. Yeah, receiver got tackled to the ground there. Dylan Evans draws the PI. So back-to-back goal line fades down the left side. But this one, they will get the call, and it was pretty obvious as Maximilian Johnson just tackled his guy on that one. They proved the same deal. Let's go. Let's go. Needed that. Allen Rodgers touches the ball. I do not think so for Game 3. I'd be very surprised on that. How long until all conference to make that a thing? I don't think it's going to take that long. Deadlines create action, and right now, I think with all the turmoil, I think it is going to happen relatively soon at KC. Yeah, one-on-one down the left side in the goal line fade, and Johnson grabbing inside the collar of Dylan Evans, the senior wideout. Sets up goal to go. Evans last season, 43 catches, 571 yards, second most on the team. If the Callaway ad, yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. Like, someone edited that, and they recorded that for a long time, and no one saw the problem with that. They're going to call a tight end reverse on the right side. It doesn't work. Bottled up for a loss of 1 at the 3-yard line. Ashton Wilson stuffed on the play there by Cam Smith coming in from the box. Second and goal. Monday Night Scorebook was the best aside from 2012 to 14. I'm going to say fiction. I was never really crazy with the Monday Night Football Scorebook. I like this one the best. I actually think this one's the best. Yeah, the Callaway ad, I don't know what they were thinking. I honestly couldn't tell you what they were thinking. Like, alienate half your audience. It makes no sense. You failure PR marketing. Yep. They have receiver out wide on the left side with Dylan Evans. They have that one-on-one coverage if they want to go goal line fade with Maximilian Johnson. Now they will motion to the left side of the screen as well, motioning the quarterback. They're out of the Wildcat here. They're in the Wildcat. So running back power blown up immediately. They're getting too cute down by the goal line, and the loss of 3 taken down on the play behind the line of scrimmage by Mike Wells, the 50-year man. You know, no one thought that was a bad idea. So the first play they run is a tight end reverse. The second play's out of the Wildcat. Mercyhurst getting very cute by the goal line, and Youngstown not falling for it. Long drive here, 3rd and goal, ball at the 6-yard line. You no one thought bad idea to scrap it. Yeah, crazy. Barcelona wins 2-0. Roger makes this a beauty. I think Barcelona's going to win the Champions League this year. You know, Heli getting trade is it's definitely something interesting. Yep, you're not kidding on that one. Back to his right. 2 at the bottom of the screen, 1 at the top. They're 3 wide here. Javaudin. 2 for 3 so far on this drive. They're going to motion receiver over to the left side. Looking on the wheel. Caught. Is he in? He bobbled the ball. It's picked up in the end zone. Did he ever have possession? No signal yet. Now they're going to say touchdown. Dylan Evans picked up the ball. Was that ever a catch? Not yet, Bobby, but I think it's going to be that way. As it stands, touchdown, but we will see. Dylan Evans picked up the ball, was a wheel route to the right side. Now they will change the call and say no touchdown. Running back never had control on the wheel route. It was a good play. It's a good play design. Hit Gamble on the wheel, was wide open. He just dropped the ball, was jarred free there by Dev Holman, the senior cornerback. Never had control, never had possession. Evans picked it up in the end zone, but no touchdown. They changed the call. And it was the right call. He had no control. He did not have control, did not make a football move. Brings up 4th and goal. And we'll see a replay of this from the reverse angle. Maybe a bit behind his running back, but yeah, he never had control. Never had control. Ooh, the D2 school's up on the board first. Yep, well, they're going to kick the field goal here. Yeah, that was not a catch. No, that was not a catch. Not at all. Not even close to a catch. Yeah, that was not a catch. Not a catch there. They will line up for the field goal try here. And on for the field goal, Rocco Marcantonio, the freshman kicker. 24 yards out for the freshman, his first kick at the college level. What can Marcantonio do here? Can he get Mercyhurst on the board on the road on this opening drive? A long drive will culminate in 3 points. As Marcantonio gets it to go. 3-0 your score. 5.5 minutes gone. It's the Lakers with an opening drive field goal. I'm watching this on ESPN+. ESPN+. Yeah, that's not catch what's worth looking at. Yeah, they changed the call, which thank God on that one. I'm glad I'm definitely want to be a ref. Yeah, pretty much. That was not even close to a catch. At least you didn't do that, Sports Talk. At least you didn't do that. Yeah, if you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. It does help us out on the channel as we try to grow this community even more. We got the Mercyhurst and the Youngstown emojis in there. We have a new video out on JG8, my college football channel. We will have that. We have that video out about a weird broadcast from 1990 and all the games that we want the upset. Yep. What Super Bowl winning kicker is also an alum from Youngstown? Ooh, that's a good question. I actually don't know on that one. That's a good question. I don't know. You missed culminating nothing. Yep. But look, missed not really. Well, it looked like it was drifting a little bit to the right. Like if that was 7 yards further back, that would have been wide right. But had enough power on that. Should be a chip shot, and it was. And we'll see what Youngstown can do on their opening drive of the game when we get back with Bo Brungar, the quarterback. Through a very good season last year, 26 touchdowns, 3 picks, 69% completion percentage, back for his 5th season. Yeah, first it may stop the count in college football this season. You're not kidding on that one. How Mercyhurst win that LeBron now? And these games on YouTube TV? I'm not sure. I don't think they are. Yeah, Penguins need a touch goal in the .10. We'll say, what's the crazy about what Mercyhurst did down by the goal line? They got way too cute. Tight end sweep and then Wildcat was not crazy about that. Yeah, the Cowboy, yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. I genuinely don't know what they were thinking. I cannot unique content. I don't have Xbox Game Pass. I don't even have that. I have not played video games in forever. I just don't have the time. How long till the world gets renamed? Everything. Jeez. I want to put it past them at this rate. So 3-0 your score. We'll see what Youngstown can do on their opening drive. Ooh, 2003 Pro Bowl or second team All Pro. Ooh, it's not a Lindo Mare. It could be, actually. Is it a Lindo Mare? I'm going to guess a Lindo Mare on that one. That was the first thing that came to mind for whatever reason. It's not Vanderjagt. And 3-0 your score out. Commercial break here. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It really does go a long way. Helps out on the channel. I should know every donation counts toward this thing called You Make the Call. Help me decide which game we are calling next Saturday. We're doing a triple header next Saturday, triple header this Saturday as well, but triple header next Saturday. And the noon game, Eastern Time, ECU, Alabama, Oregon State, Houston, North Texas, Indiana, or Coastal Carolina, West Virginia. Every donation made during the game counts as triple. From an upset tonight, that'd be good. Yeah, their soccer team has not played well. I know after starting the season ranked pretty high, they have not looked good so far. So maybe the football team can give some for the Paladins. Give some for them there. Kick for the Rams Creational Turf. Oh, man. Well, that gives it away. Man. We're not gun there. That's a good question. All right, so the kickoff here, Youngstown State going right to left. The kickoff will be fielded at the goal line, taken out to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, space to the 20, space to the 25, and down to the 28-yard line here. So that's where Youngstown will start this drive. Wait, Como's making their debut? I didn't even realize they're making their debut. I would have thought they made it at least at one point in time. And that will send the starting quarterback out, Brungard, the fifth-year man, who was absolutely sensational for the Penguins last season. In 26 touchdowns, 3 picks, guided them to the playoffs. But they lost to Yale in that crazy, crazy game, that comeback game. One at the top of the screen, to the bottom, back to his left. They're 3 wide here. Brungard takes a snap. They're going to send forward. Brungard looks hitched around middle of the field. It's caught the 35 and down to the 38-yard line, enough for a first down. Gain of 10 for Lynn Weichel, the fifth-year receiver. So gain of 10 there over the middle of the field. They're going to go quick to the line, go with the no-huddle offense. Takes a snap. They'll call a jet sweep to the left side, and that will get nothing. Weichel that time going nowhere. 2nd and 10, but they're using a lot of tempo. Why are they wearing red? That's just their colors. Oh, yeah, that was great, Bobby. Yeah, they're Super Day for like 5 months. That was great. More lose to Ohio Dominican. Oh, man. They're D2. What conference is this? Well, this is FCS. This is FCS football. Youngstown is in Missouri Valley. Youngstown's Missouri Valley Conference. Somebody who for it. All good. 2 at the top of the screen. Back to his left here. In the gun here is Brungard. 2nd and 10. They got 6 on line. Motion receiver over to the left side. Play action here. Now going to take it up the middle. 40, 45, and Brungard down to the 46-yard line. Fake the toss out to his receiver, Weichel. Fake the handoff. Took it himself on the QB power. And gain of 8 brings up 3rd and 2. Yeah, Bailick from Moorhead, but it's early on. It's early. Someone got $30 million from West Ham 3 years ago for James Ward-Prowse. They plan to bring back on transfer for $900,000. Man, that's an ROI. It looks like Christmas Penguin. Yep, that's an ROI if I've ever seen one. Whether Missouri Valley, where North Dakota State used to rank, now North Dakota State obviously in FBS. They made the jump this year. We'll be on the call for that game. Be on the call for the North Dakota State game. That'll be great. Yeah, first team to lose this year. We're gonna say underrated SEC CBS game to rewatch. Ooh, one at the top of the screen, one at the bottom, back to his left. Now motion receiver over on 3rd and 2. Motioning Brian Hunt over. QB power once again with Brungard. He's got the first down to the 50. So back-to-back runs up the middle for the big quarterback. And Brungard gets the first down at midfield. I would say Florida-Arkansas 2009. I would say if you want an underrated game, I'd say Florida-Arkansas 2009. Yep, they're in FBS. Yep, they just made the jump to the Mountain West this year. They are eligible for the playoff. They'll be playing Jacksonville State next or this Saturday, I should say. We'll be on the call for that. To the top of the screen again. Youngstown going right to left. They're going to send 5. Brungard looks off his back foot, fires, hits around middle of the field to the 45 to the 41st down at the 39-yard line. Alex McDonald, the 5th-year tight end, on the grab. Gain of 11. Brungard perfect so far. And they're in Laker territory here. We got Christian with a 5. Appreciate you a ton. Hi to everyone from Germany. 90 minutes after midnight. Finally, some FCS football. Let's go. I appreciate you a ton on that one. 5 to the West Virginia game. It counts as triple, so it's 15 to the West Virginia game. If it comes during the game, it's a triple multiplier. I appreciate you a ton, Christian, on that one. Let's go. All the way from Germany. Let's go. My grandparents are from Germany. My grandparents on my mom's side of the family are from Germany. Let's go. Appreciate you. Play action here, Brungard. Appreciate the 5. Going left side corner route, overthrown, incomplete. Was open there, but off his back foot with pressure. Looking for Jeremiah Sanders, the sophomore wideout. Let me get you on the West Virginia game. Appreciate you a ton. Yeah, FSU Florida. Yeah, that was yeah. Fred Taylor scored 4 touchdowns. Well, I do love me some Fred Taylor. Gators record. I'm gonna go 6-6. I'm going 6-6 on that one. I think Summer will get us to a bowl game, but there's still a lot of holes on this team, especially a quarterback. Do high school give a hundo if I can get access? Yes, I would. Well, I've never seen an atmosphere like Fargo. No, they've not. You know, the Fargo Dome when it's rocking is insane. Gonna kill my real teams? Oh, that's not true sports talk. Tristan top of the screen to the bottom. You're not gonna say played FBS teams, so they beat them. They're gonna send 5. Brungard looks, pump fake, deep shot down the right side, has a step! One-on-one, has a step, overthrown! On the fly route down the right side. And no one transitions easily. I mean, look, Missouri State and Delaware made bowl games last year in their first seasons. Had a man down the right side, incomplete. Mainhausen have this on the same time. Let's go, Drew. Had a clean pocket there, too. One-on-one on the fly route. Should have been a touchdown. A pitch and catch down the right side. Jaden Gilbert, the tight end. The Seer tight end was wide open down the right side. Well, their channels get deleted, Justin. Their channels get deleted. I legally can't. I went to law school. I legally can't do that. 3rd and 10. Back to his right here is the tight end. Gilbert to the top of the screen, to the bottom. You know what? Jersey has played like a ton of... They got votes in the top 25 last year. QB power here. Brungard rolling out to his left to the 35. First down, the 30 to the 25. Brungard to the 20 and out of the 15-yard line. Good block down the left side by Lynn Weichel. Gain of 25 yards and a first down. Brungard does it again with his legs. Boy, watch that. I probably would, David. Yeah, I would. So first down at the 15-yard line in the red zone. A great block there by Weichel on the second level, allowing Brungard to use his feet. Now he's going to give it off on the right side. They go no huddle, breaks one tackle, breaks a second down the right side to the 15, and down at the 13-yard line goes Gilbert. So gain of 2 there for the tailback. Jaden Gilbert brings up 2nd and 8. Yeah, I think New Mexico wins in football. I think they make the playoff this year, actually. Yeah, Jamie also doing very well. Yep. 2nd and 8 here at the 13-yard line. My clock, I just realized, was never running. My apologies on that. So let me reset that. 5:30 to go in the first. Long drive for both teams. In the red zone here are the Penguins. Back to his left. One at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom. How's it going, Cujo? Appreciate you a ton. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left. Taking the snap here out of the gun. Brungard. QB power to the 10. Brungard will be brought down at the, we'll call it the 9-yard line, gain of 4. No, it didn't take them that long at all, no. Out of the lower FBS schools, Bucky Barracks, I've never heard of Bucky Barracks. The coolest uniforms of the FCS schools. Oh, that's tough. I like Montana's. We're calling real football again. There we go, Cujo. Yep, now it counts. 3rd and 4 at the 9-yard line here for Youngstown State. I don't know why it says 3rd and 1. It's 3rd and 4. The ball's at the 9-yard line. I'm not sure where the scorebook says 3rd and 1. Why did I leave it at 0 like the game I did? Back to his right here. I guess it is 3rd and 1. QB power. And that will be a first down nonetheless to the 5. Brungard once again with his feet. That's the 3rd time he's gone a first down with his legs. First and goal at the 5-yard line. Long drive here for the Penguins. A couple 3rd down conversions with Brungard's legs. First and goal at the 5 with 4:20 to go. Be back in Michigan just in time for week 1. There you go, Jonathan. Appreciate you, man. There you go. 1 at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. Back to his right here. Brungard in the gun. With Gardner in the backfield, the junior running back. The motion receiver over. Play action here. Brungard going to keep it himself. And he's going to get into the end zone up the middle for a touchdown. Brungard does it with his legs on that drive. We'll have to check that out, David. I'll have to check that out. And Brungard. It's all Brungard with his legs. It's a very good passing quarterback. Again, last year, 26 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. On over 3,000 yards, but also knows how to run the ball. 1,500 rushing yards last season, and he powers his way up the middle there with an opening drive touchdown. City Cross with a touchdown, yep. Ooh, Indy on the board, all right. Touchdown Penguins, extra point coming up here. Opening drive score for Brungard. The extra point is shanked wide left, no good, but, oh, wait, it is good apparently. There was a flag on the play, though. That did not look like the prettiest kick. This looked better under the goalpost, but I think the flag was going to be on Mercyhurst anyways. So it will be declined. 7-3 your score. Any Lakers field goal here. So 7-3 when we get back. I did a Jaguar 9, so I don't care for the Gators. At this point, the brand's too powerful. I have to change the logo and everything. The brand's too powerful at this point. So 7-3 your score. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does go a long way. It helps us out a ton on the channel. That was a weird kick, but it did go through the uprights somehow. So try to grow this community even more. Flow College Football is actually airing the main Tales game on their YouTube channel. Feels good to be a play heady for once. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Ever thought about making my name simply like my channel name? No, too few characters. Be way too few characters on that one. Yeah, that extra point was a little bit weird on that one, but Mercyhurst ball. When we get back here, the first college football idea. We are back, baby. We are back again. We got 4 college football games on the docket this week. This one Yep, exactly, Cujo. Yep, exactly. We're 6 points to this year. Well, it's the first one I've seen this year. United have lost in 13 and Lobos football. I think they make the playoff this year. I think Eck takes them to the playoff. And whether they do a bench where Brand thinks Cowboys win Super Bowl, I mean, it's not a terrible pick, honestly. I have them in the MC Championship. Colin Jaguar Mellencamp. No, I made it. The extra point made it. Which game do you want to wear, Frank? Get you on the call for. Appreciate you, man. I don't think it's a terrible pick. I mean, I like their offense a lot. I think Prescott wins MVP. I like Schottenheimer Imagine games. I think the defense has improved significantly. I love Caleb Downs and Malachi Lawrence. You had Von Miller to that front. They really improved with Quinn Williams last year. Now I give him for a full season where he knows the playbook. I don't think it's a bad pick. I don't have it, but I have the Cowboys in the NFC Championship. I don't think that's a crazy pick on his end. That was back when I had no idea what I was doing. So that was where you had to like put in your name, and it was like, okay, I don't want Jaguar and Gator to be two different words, so I thought, okay, first name would be official, just because. But I changed it to Jaguar 9. What helmet do I not have that I wish I did? The Disco Giants 1975 helmet. I would say that. The Disco Giant 75 helmet. I don't have that one. That'd be a great get for the studio. The helmet they wore for 1 year in 1975 when they went with a disco logo, and it just backfired tremendously. But appreciate you, Todd. I won't worth on that one. Who I got next Saturday? LSU Clemson. I got LSU. We'll be on the call for that game at 7:30, but I do have LSU in that one. All right, let's do this thing. Mercyhurst, drive number 2. The kickoff here going right to left into the end zone for a touchback, and the Lakers will take over at the 30-yard line. Drive number 1 gone to the red zone. You think Chiefs win? I just don't trust the health right now of Mahomes. I think they're rushing him. I really think they're rushing him. Javon will be the quarterback here. As we go to another commercial break. Unless Jags, and God knows, could get Gator 9 if the Browns destroy us. And I'm not crazy about the depth of wide receiver that the Chiefs have. Or their defense. So we go another commercial break here. So one of those kickoff touchback that. If I could rebrand yourself, what would my handle be? Ooh. Well, I don't want to do Jaguar Panther 9, because then people will be confused. Am I a Jaguar fan or a Panther fan? If I could rebrand... I mean, I like JG9. I like Jaguar 9. I would say if I could rebrand myself, if I was ever going to do it, maybe like HPU Jag or something like that. Yeah, I don't think Mahomes is that healthy, no. Rams Cowboys FC Championship, but I want to be an Irish Cowboys. I get you on that one. Gators, they don't play Saturday, no. They play next Saturday, but they don't play this Saturday. No SEC team plays week 0. Right, being the Rockies AAA affiliate, that does not help matters. Yeah, I think Cowboys will be very good this season. The defense has improved. It just seems to be average. Jaguar Son of Line? Nah, a bit too lengthy. The Cowboys, even if they just play league average, they're going to be fine. Jaguar D-back 9? That's actually not bad. Jaguar D-back 9. JD 9 actually would not be bad. The JD5 would get on me for that. Come on, Mercyhurst. How's it going, Marvy? Appreciate it. You bet on Mercyhurst? All right. If they win, I want to cut. Or they cover, I want to cut. Jaguar Rayos 9 for Monterey. We'll be on the call for Sunday's Monterey game. Rebrand to the Jack. Ooh. We'll be on the call for the Monterey game on Sunday against San Luis. Be on that one at 10:10. Been a while. All good, Marvy. Appreciate you, man. College football season, it is officially back. I cannot wait. This is going to be fun. Yeah, they play next Saturday. Yep, they play next Saturday. Yeah, no SEC team plays this week. No SEC team plays week 0. So 7-3 your score. We're going to be back in about 20 seconds for drive number 2. A Mercy money line is safe. Right, no, I'm kidding on that one, Nick. I'm kidding on that one. I'm completely kidding on that one. Eagles said they're going to be a playoff team. Comes down to the coaching. Yep, and the offense. Comes down to Hurts and the receivers. Obviously, not having A.J. Brown. How good are the receivers going to be outside of Smith, obviously? All right, here we go. Mercyhurst going left to right. Javon in at quarterback for driver 2. Rebrand to 9. Have no fear, 9 is here. One at the top, one at the bottom, and the pistol here for Javon on his second drive. Hey, Jaguar Frank, yep. I would say Illinois State's a favorite. Yep, I would say so. Hand off out of the pistol, up the middle, and that'll be, we'll call it a gain of 2 to the 27-yard line. 2nd and 8. On the run there by Brian Cardwell, the graduate. The 6-foot graduate. Nebraska being Indiana? Ooh, I don't know about that. I like Indiana. Even losing Mendoza and lose some of the guys, I like them. The Contra will kick off next Saturday at 10. Yep, it does. 10-7-9. If you know, you know. Yep. 2 at the top of the stream, 1 at the bottom, or just call it the 5 pillars. I just call it the 5 pillars. Yeah, Hurts has not had a good camp, but who knows? Bortles had a bad camp in 2017, played fine. Mahomes threw 5 picks in 2018 in one camp, and you know what happened there. They send 4. Hit trial, middle of the field. Let's call the 30 to the 35-yard line on the first down for the tight end. simple completion there. Gain of 8 on that one to Camden Lewis, his 3rd grab already on the drive. Or for the game, or the quarter, I should say. I should do that. Yes, I should do that, Isaac. Yes, I should do that. You always can take more risks. Yeah, hopefully. Mike Wells on the stop at hitch route, middle of the field, wide open. And Camden Lewis, 3 catches so far this game. He's been the go-to guy for Javonin. 2 on the top of the screen, 1 on the bottom. Once again, Javonin in the pistol. Remember, they did not announce a starting quarterback. They were keeping it close to the vest, or close to the chest, whatever you want to say. Right, this week, 0-2. Yep, we want to keep it Olympic schedule. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom here in the pistol. Javonin, the junior quarterback, will take the snap. 6 of the line, stretch play the right side. Cuts back up the middle, brought down immediately. No gain there. Maybe even a loss of 1. What a stop there. Blowing that play up is Connor Johansson, the senior defensive lineman. We'll call it a loss of 1 at the 34-yard line. Johansson immediately snuffed out that cutback over the middle. 2nd and 11 here. Well, Lemon, yeah, I mean, the tiny room is great. And then Lemon, I like to come out of college. We'll see what we can get on. 2 at the top of the screen, back to his right here. Javonin in the gun. They're going to have 5 on the line. Hand up the middle, and that's going to get just 2. Down to the 36-yard line goes Cardwell. Brings up 3rd and 9. I'm going to change it to 5 guys, change it to 9 guys. I have respect for J.J. McCarthy. Mercyhurst is in Pennsylvania. How worried should I be about week 1 for Hurts' camp? I wouldn't say that worried just yet. I mean, camp is a... You test some stuff out in camp. I wouldn't be too worried just yet. He's a veteran. If he was a bad quarterback, that's one thing, but he's a veteran who's done it before. I like those picks, Sports Talk. Can't hate on that. I'm not sure, RFK. I actually don't know on that. Trips to the top of the screen. It's definitely changed how I do a lot. But I'd probably put up more videos if I didn't do OT. Now, 3 wide. So low snap. Picks up Javonin. Going to take off and throw on the run. Fires middle of the field behind his man. Incomplete. That play was all out of sorts. The other from Pennsylvania. The snap was very low there from Eugene Avell, the senior center. Javonin was all out of sorts. Tried to throw on the run behind his man. Incomplete. So it's broken up on the play over the middle of the field by Raleigh Collins. And Mercyhurst will be forced to punt. With Thomas O'Neill back there. It's a punt, and out there to return is Fresh Walters, the senior punt returner. JG69, yes, that'd be great. Yeah, almost a pick. Yeah, not a great throw, not a great snap. That play was all out of sorts. It's a poor drive there for the Lakers. 3 timeouts. Well, it's only the first quarter. Yeah, but every team's got their timeouts. The punt here on 4th and 9. We'll take a bounce at the 31. It's a good bounce to the 25 and rolling down to the 24-yard line, we'll say. So 40-yard punt all net, and that's where Youngstown will take over at their own 24. Did I bet on this one? No, I did not. Nope, I did not. No, I just want a good game. No, I just love college football. I did not bet on this one. Yeah, Fresh Walters. Yep, that's his name. That's his name. So Youngstown ball here, the 24-yard line. Yeah, Byron Cole in the game. Yep, Cardwell in the game. Yep, Cardwell with Mercyhurst now. Yep. Yeah, well, I thought it was featured backfield. So much for that. I do like the backfield at Oregon this year. I think Oregon's going to be in a very good spot. As they always are. Right, Eagles, I think it'll be like 10, 7, 11, 6. One at the bottom of the screen against Youngstown going right to left. Yeah, Youngstown ranked number 9 now. Respect for McCarthy and me. Yep. Head off out of the gun, up the middle, bouncing out to the right side, looking for space to the 30, got room to the 35, 40, space here, 45, Gilbert, 50, 45, 40, 35 down the right sideline, 30, and down the 25-yard line. Mercyhurst having trouble defending the running. Jaden Gilbert, the senior back, with the monster gain on that one. We'll call it 49 yards. Oregon Cincinnati bonus string, like 3 on that. One play and they're in plus territory just outside the red zone. Pushed out on the sideline there at the last second by Inez Jordan, the senior defender. But what a run by Gilbert, nearly 50 yards. Bouncing out to the right side. Youngstown just dominating on the ground so far this game. One at the top of the screen, one at the bottom, back to his left here. Brungard in the gun. Could be the final play of the quarter. Brungard at the 26-yard line takes the snap. He'll hand it off to the right side at the 25 to the 20 and down at the 15-yard line. Another first down. Back-to-back big runs there, and it's Tahir Mills, the fifth-year man, who picks up 11 and a first down in the red zone when we get back. Yeah, Ravens, it's my pick too. Yep. Wesley Power 4 helmets. Well, this is the... So, the thing with the Group of 5 step, I realized I could stack helmets on top of each other. So you do see a lot of group of 5 teams. So when I made that pick about when I said that about group of 5 setup and then power conference setup, when I did that, it was more I thought, okay, I'm not going to stack helmets. So then I realized I can stack helmets on top of each other. So you do see a lot of the smaller schools, like you see New Mexico, you see on this one Texas State, Fresno State, Jacksonville State, Arkansas State, Old Dominion, Buffalo, La Tech, San Jose State, South Alabama. So these are really just all the helmets. Towns, Gibbons, and Soto. Oh, that sucks. Wow, that sucks. Yeah, like Kennesaw State, Marshall, Montana, Missouri State, Toledo. Like I have like Charlotte's up there, Liberty's up there, Akron, Troy, Louisiana Monroe, Eastern Michigan's up there, Air Force. Toast for the tour. Appreciate you a ton. Which game do you want Kitchen the call for it? I mean, I don't know why you'd have a panic attack over that. I would say it's good to disassociate, Toast. It doesn't impact your life. I would not have a panic attack on that one. I just breathe easy on that. Appreciate you a ton, Toast. So which game do you want Kitchen the call for it? Yes, so long story short, it came down to stacking helmets and my ability to stack helmets. Once I realized I can stack helmets, I was just like, you know what? Let me just put all the helmets up that are not signed. Or most of them, at least. I still have about 30 that are not signed that I do not have up in this setup. But if you want to see what the setup's like, I mean, this is what the full setup's like without the score bug and everything. Just helmets on top of helmets on top of helmets. Appreciate you on that one. Which game do you want? Get you on the call for it. How's it going, Steven? Appreciate you being here. Getting a Singapore start. You want Bama? All right, get you on Bama. Appreciate you, man. Get every donation during the game counts as triple. And we'll be live at 10 o'clock. Yeah, Liberty helmets among the ones covered by the scoreboard. Yep. So, again, we'll be live later tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern time, for the game between the Chargers and the Rams. Sure, the Sand Cup Challenge? Oh, yeah, sure, I did that. The number one song on that day, okay, October 17th, 1990, right? No, November 1990. November 1990, not October. What would it be? I'm gonna guess... Ice Ice Baby? I'm gonna guess Ice Ice Baby. ESPN no ticket for college football, you're honoring the layout. Yep. I'm gonna guess that. Which game tonight? Chargers-Rams. Chargers-Rams tonight. The 3-ad rule? Yeah, no, I'm not crazy about it. NFL Network having 2 Stu analysts who are 2 biggest Texan quarterback busts is kind of wild. Carr and Osweiler, yeah, on free agency. Well, they never met with Osweiler. That was the crazy part. Like, they literally never met with Osweiler. I don't know how you're giving that much minus to when you never met. First half winner, I think Youngstown. They're dominating on the ground. Mercyhurst can't really get a whole lot going on the ground. They were not going on the ground the second drive. Youngstown, just a more physical team. Youngstown is the way more physical team. How's it going, Detroit? Yeah, happy college football winning. Let's go. Love takes time. Great song. Yeah, Bears have very good offense. The defense, yeah. Toast for the tour made a super check because I don't want to. Oh, you're good on that one, Toast. You're good on that one. I appreciate you a ton, man. You have to apologize for that. I love having you in the chat, man. You're always wanted here. I appreciate you a ton, man. How hot CJ Stroud's seat? Well, considering his contract's going to be up relatively soon, they gotta go on a run this year. If they don't make the conference championship, he's in trouble because that team is built to make it. Well, the 16-yard line. Oh, no, he was still good as a backup. Yeah, they don't win without him. They don't make it second half of the season without him. To the top of the screen, to the bottom again. Youngstown going left to right. Now empty backfield here, 5 wide. Takes Sepp. Pressured, rolls out to his left, sack to the 22-yard line. It's Teddy McDuffie on the sack. As Brungard was rolling out to his left, and he's thrown down for a loss of 6. YouTube Premium is basically a paywall, yep. Try refreshing, Jeffrey. Try refreshing. Sometimes that works. Sometimes that happens, Jeffrey. Because I do have a Blue Yeti mic, and it seems to just be that. To the top of the screen, to the bottom, back to his left here. Second 60. We did have a frame drop, and sometimes that happens when you have a frame drop and it gets back. Back to his left. Brungar going to take it on the QB power. Try to bounce outside to the left side, looking for space to the 20, to the 15, and out of bounds at the 11-yard line. So they'll get some of the yardage back. Call it a gain of 11, 3rd and 5. Do you think it was Haslam's decision to start Watson? Absolutely. Based on what Munkin said in the press conference? Absolutely. Munkin raved about Sanders, never really praised Watson. It was not a good press conference. It very much seemed like it was Haslam's call, like Stone Cold's fallacy. You have a job right now? He's at Boston College. Yeah, he's the coach at Boston College. 3rd and 5 here at the 11-yard line. They were perfect on 3rd down last drive. A lot of that was Brungard with his legs. Brungard completed 3 third downs last drive through his legs. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Brungard in the gun. They're showing 7 in the box here. Brungard. 4 wide. Empty backfield. Brungard, you got to look for the QB draw here. They're going to send 6. Going slam pass, middle of the field, caught, touchdown! Middle of the field, slam pass! And it is caught by Lynn Weichel, the 5th-year man. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for the Penguins. Oh, he was a great voice actor, Blue Bean. Great voice actor. Yeah, that seemed to work. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, the refreshing worked. 3rd and 5. Youngstown remains perfect. They saw slant coverage, man-to-man, or man coverage, I should say. Slam pass, and Weichel gets it to go. The first of what will be many touchdowns for Brungard this season. Remember, Brungard last season, 26 passing touchdowns, over 3,200 yards. Yeah, hopefully, Tanner, yeah. They're going to line up in a weird formation here. It looks like they are going for 2. They have 6 on the offensive line on the left side. They're going for 2. Brungard rolls out to his right. Brungard floats up back corner of the end, so the 2-point try is good. A weird-looking formation there. They had 6 on the offensive line on the left side. They only had 1 offensive lineman, and that was the guy that was snapping the ball to Brungard, but he rolls out to his right. Weird formation there. Razzle-dazzle. And 15-3. They get 8 on that one. And Youngstown leads by 12. No, they haven't done anything since the 80s. So I don't want that. Except for Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan did stuff. They were good with Matt Ryan, Cujo. Initial thoughts on the draw? Nothing too surprising, honestly. Yeah, Carr spent more time on the ground than they did upright because the Texans gave up 0 help outside Baselli. But Baselli didn't play for the Texans. Baselli, he was too banged up. So the Jags put him out on... the Jags put him as an expansion pick. They allowed the Texans to take him, and then Baselli retired. Yeah, Florida Gators play next Saturday. Yep, they play September 5th. 8-point possession there. 12-point game. Youngstown's dominant so far on the ground. First official one of the season. Yep, for FCS at least. I think there were some games last week, but FCS, this is the first official one. No, I don't blame Munkin on this one. No, I don't think Munkin made the call. I really don't believe he made the call. I really don't think he made the call. So 15-3 your score here. If you like what you see, that like button, subscribe, helps out, tell the channel. So far, Brungard, 49 yards rushing, 3 for 5 passing. And Youngstown stayed as a team 115 yards on the ground on 12 yards per or 12 carries, I should say. That comes out to 9.6 yards per carry. So 9.6 yards per carry there. FS returns to Saturday. Yep, and we'll be on the call for 3 games. Well, I think it depends, Sports Talk. Depends how they do it. If Stroud plays well but they don't make it, that's one thing. But if he plays like he did in the playoffs last year, that's a different story. Oh, I'd agree, Kojo. I would agree at this point. They are a worse program than those schools. I would agree. I'm a college kid on this. Mercyhurst last season was not good in run defense. They allowed about 179 yards per game on the ground on over 5 yards per carry. Allowed over 2,100 rushing yards last season. And so far, this defense has been quite poor. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and well over 100 yards already for Youngstown State. And then because of Flutie, yep, you're not wrong there. Not wrong there. So get back underway here on a big drive for Mercyhurst, seeing as they start off with the ball. Right, I don't think you'd be that turn-prone back-to-back games like that again. No, that would be very hard to do. Kickoff here. We feel like Mercyhurst at the 8-yard line. Taken to the 5, 10, 15, 20. Breaks a tackle 25 and down at the 28-yard line on the return there for Mercyhurst. Goes Jason Woods. Bad they like players who can come back to college to play if they've not played an NFL game. I'm not crazy about that. I think it's a safety issue. I think it's also it's not fair to the actual student athletes who are enrolled. It's not the point of college sports. When Irish win tonight in Vegas, we will see on that. I'm not sure if they're going to win, because obviously quarterback depth for the Raiders is a lot better than it is for the Niners, and you're probably looking at a lot of backups playing on that one. On to make it lead 14-3. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, that would be interesting if Moorhead goes down. Ball the 28-yard line here. Again, Mercyhurst going right to left. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Back to his left. In the gun here, Javodin once again for drive number 3. First drive, they got 3. Second drive, they could not cross the 50. Bubble screen to the left side, caught. Breaks 1 tackle, but then brought down the 29-yard line for a gain of just 1 for Amari Lattimore, the junior wideout. So 2nd and 9 here for the Lakers. Indy up 13-7 over Marion. All right. Right, Texans, Cowboys, Dolphins, and Browns, only team yet to play in the conference championship this century. Yep, only 4. I think that will change this year. I think 2 of them will make it this year. Dolphins, Browns. 2nd and 9, back to his right here. is Gamble. Had a very good first drive. Didn't do a lot on drive number 2. 2 at the top of the screen, bunched up, 1 at the bottom. In the gun here, Javaudin. Now on the play clock. Again, Mercyhurst going right to left here at the 29-yard line. Takes a step, hands it off to Gamble up the middle, breaks 1 tackle, and then brought down at the 31-yard line. Just a gain of 2. So the run defense for Youngstown's got a lot better since the opening drive. Flip the Steelers Bills. I'll get on that one, Sports Talk, yep. Yeah, that'd be crazy. If they could pull off the upset, I mean, yeah, why not? Give the ball to Luka. 3rd and 7 here for Mercyhurst. Right, Texans play their last preseason game tomorrow. Yeah, the last one, there are 2 games on Saturday for preseason. We're not calling either of those because we're doing college football. We're doing a triple header for college football. 2 at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom, back to his left here. 4 wide in the gun, Javaudin. Can Youngstown force a 3 and out? 6 in the box. Now 7 in the box. They're showing blitz. Javaudin, 4 wide, 2 by 2. Takes the snap. They're going to send 5. Javaudin looks left side off his back foot, floats it up. Contact incomplete, but it will be PI, as falling down on that play was Camden Lewis, the tight end, who had 3 catches in the quarter. Your revenge tour this year? Yep. After last year's loss to Yale, oh man. For that comeback, that crazy game to Yale. They're out for blood this year. That should be a first down for Mercyhurst. Contact in the secondary as Camden Lewis was shoved to the ground. Pass interference is the call, so move it up and Mercyhurst will get a first down. You know, I was kidding on that one, Steven. I think Cowboys and Texans make it. I think Texans play Ravens and Cowboys play Rams. I was kidding on Dolphins and Browns. I was kidding on that one. I'd probably be like the richest man in America if I bet my life savings on that actually happened. Yeah, contact there, easy shove. It wasn't the intended target there, but Cam Smith just 2-hand shove on the tight end, Camden Lewis. Makes sense, Streaky, yep. 2 at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom, ball at the 46-yard line here, new set of downs. Back to his right play action, Javaudin looks, has time, gonna fire, caught at the 35-yard line to the 30, and down to the 26-yard line. So they take advantage of the penalty. Amari Lattimore, his second grab of the drive, in plus territory, at the 26 of Youngstown, down the left side, on that deep in route. Preseason for college? Nope, there's no preseason for college. This game actually counts. Everything from this point on counts for college football. Yes, RFK, yes. I think the first game of the new Bill Stadium. No, they played the Panthers at the stadium last 2 weeks ago. They'll have a stoppage here. Might be a man who's down, so I'll take a commercial break with 11:35 to go. His time is called. Must be something happening on the field. But a nice game there to Lattimore, about 30 yards on that deep in route to the left side. So gotta have a drive for Mercyhurst with the way Youngstown's been playing. Yeah, I hope so too. It's been a long time, Steven. It's been a long time. Cowboys look for the AFC Championship and going to jail? Jeez. All right, commercial break here. If you like what you see, the like button, subscribe. Oh, Texas Cowboys, yeah. Hank Hill's going to be very happy about that. Kentucky will be interesting early next week. Yep. Oh, yeah, more college football students coming. You're not kidding on that one. Dolly Parton, the most popular? No, not the most popular, but most beloved. I would say up there with Paul McCartney, yeah. I would say no one's got better things about Dolly Parton. Most popular? No, that's Taylor Swift right now. But if we're talking just most beloved, yes. That's very different. Popular versus beloved. Kentucky's going to be very interesting next week. Preseason game or 2 of the college level prepare for the season. Then the problem is that you wouldn't get buy-in games anymore. The Wolves are going to be fun this year. The Wolves, it really could be... It could make the finals for the first time. That'd be fun. That fan base deserves it. So 15-3 your score. Again, if you like what you see, that like button, subscribe. Helps out on the channel. Yeah, Pats, it's a tough schedule to start. If they're 500 at the end of September, they're going to be in a really good spot. Right, beloved and charitable, yep. Mercyhurst contest once where a teen sensation group Theo Neaters. Great movie, by the way. Great movie. Great movie. Anyways, she'll slow down. Why do I think she won the war? Her music was better. She related to the fans more. She had crossover appeal. Taylor Swift's not slowing down anytime soon. No. 60 for the Wolves overrun. That's a lot of wins. I'm going to say under by a hair, like 58. Back to his right here. Back and away to the top, one to the bottom. Javon in play action. Roll down to his right. First read's not there. We'll go second read. It's tipped and intercepted at the 1 yard line. Was tipped looking for his tight end, Ashton Wilson. And it's picked off to the 10, 15. And out of bounds to the 17-yard line. On the first play off the timeout, Darvin's Tunis, the junior quarterback, gets it off the tip, and Youngstown ball. They're really going to make a third point spread. Yep. Antisocial? No, not at all. No, she's like the opposite of antisocial. Yeah, they should be the Stonesburg too, but you never know. Ball was tipped, going to his second read. The first read in the flat was not there. The second read tried to force it in, was tipped. And a first down for the Penguins inside their own 20. Play against Mercyhurst, Millpack D2 school. Yeah, can't believe their FCS program. You just crazy how they made the jump. You have 14 games to kick off top of the hour. Yep, can't wait for that. Ball the 18, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom, back to his left here. Youngstown, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Brungard in the gun. Someone jumped. Could be a free play, and it will be. Someone jumped on the line for Mercyhurst, so move it up 5 yards. Main touchdown, Townsend. Oh, right. ESPN got rid of the feature that I could watch games while streaming on OBS. So they got rid of that feature where I could like put up like 20 different tabs and watch all the games, which might make it easier to have like people not pirate the games, which is good, but also a bit annoying for me because I like to be able to like throw in all the tabs, and now I can't really do that. So offside on the play, easy call there, was a free play. No one was open, but again, free play. Teddy McDuffie getting called for that one who got a sack. Talking that fast. Yeah, I'm trying to get to everything in the chat. I'm very good at trying to get to everything in the chat. So sometimes I go a bit like warp speed. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, 3 in the backfield alongside Brungard. Now they're going to motion everyone out of the backfield. So empty backfield now. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Oh, that's awesome, Tanner. Yeah, Dolly's a legend. Brungard, QB power here on 1st and 5 to the 25. First down at the 30-yard line. Gain of about 7. And Brungard once again gets a first down with his legs. He has been dominant so far today. About 100 yards between his running and passing abilities so far. Go no huddle here at the 30. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Fake the bubble screen to the right side. Looking deep down the field. Nothing there, so he'll check it down the flat on the left side. It's caught the 35. Trucks a man and out of bounds to the 37-yard line. Good job going through his reads there. And the catch there made on the left side in the flat by the tight end, Austin Bray, the 5th-year man. Rogers play? I would doubt it. I don't think Rogers plays preseason. Why do I think? Well, acting is very different than singing. Very different, Toasted. Main on the board, 7-0, all right. Did she's making it? Hopefully not. As long as it doesn't come at the expense of the D-backs. 2nd and 3. Actually, they're going to mark him out at the 35-yard line, so 2nd and 5, but still a good truck move there. On Bray's first grab of the season. 1 at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom, 2 in the backfield here. If MDU uses, that would be nuts. They're going to call a sweep play now. Brungard pulls it back, now reversing to the left side. It's a busted play, but he's going to get to the 48 out of bounds to the 42-yard line. He pulled it back at the last second. Some miscommunication there, but Brungard reversing field gets 7 and a first down to 42. Oh, we talk about everything on this one. Memphis. We're talking about everything pretty much. I let anything go in the chat. I don't ban anyone or try to steer the conversation anyway unless it's like a bot or like they're instigating something. You Louisville fans probably cheering for Ohio Dominican. Yep, 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, 2 in the backfield. I'm going to say 7 on that, Sports Talk. I'm going to say 7. Ball the 42-yard line here. 2 in the backfield. It's Brungard. And Youngstown going left to right here. In the gun, going to keep it himself on the QB power. Bounces to the left side to the 45. And down at the 47-yard line. Gain of 5. Another good run there. Brought in by McDuffie. Which one of these are both supposed to make it? Yeah, me too. Me too. If we could both make it, that'd be great. Knock out the Phillies and Padres. That'd be nice. 2nd and 5 here. Why does Mercyhurst look like Marshall? Yeah, a lot of colleges look pretty similar. It's just a green M. You can only do so much with a green M. 2nd and 5 here. Ball the 47-yard line. Drive start inside their own 20 off an interception. 1 at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom. The pick from Tunis. 2 in the backfield here. Lorenzo Jenkins at the bottom of the screen for Youngstown. Takes a snap. QB power once again for Brungard. Brungard will dive ahead in plus territory to the 49-yard line. Call it 3rd and 2. Yes, spring games are going away with the Dodo. Yep. Which makes sense with injuries. It makes sense with just injury risk and all that. Why is it Marshall Sue? Adjusting the scores herself? Yes, I am. Yep. Well, if you mean for this score, no. That's Glance LED. Comes out tomorrow? I actually don't know on that. Yeah, that's Glance LED. But if you mean this scoreboard, like everything on here, yes. I think we are toasted, yep. Probably got permission to. Again, there's only so much you can do with an M. One on the top, one on the bottom, back to his left, takes a step. Brungar in the gun, they're going to send 5, rolls out. Checks it down the flat. That's caught for a first down, the 45 and out of bounds to the 43-yard line on the right side. Gain of 5. Lattimore on the grab, and Youngstown perfect so far on third down. Oh, I didn't see that, Bobby. Oh, that's awful. Brungard rolling out to his right. He draws the defensive lineman in. I think he's going to take off and run and leaves the flat wide open. Good touch on that ball for Lattimore. Ball of the 43. Yeah, Well, that's awesome, expat, man. You know, Youngstown's a very physical team. They are a very physical team. I like what I see of them. One on the top, 2 on the bottom. Brungard looking. They're going to send 5. Safety blitz. Brungard trying to avoid the sack, and he will be able to get a couple. Recognize the corner blitz. Oh, yeah, that comes out tomorrow. I forgot, because they're doing so much promotion for that. I forgot that was tomorrow. I thought that already came out. 2nd and 7 here. Right, it's not the M's color being the same. Although it's a bit, like, off. Like, it's green and blue versus Marshall's green and white. Yeah, Aaron Philo is going to be the starting quarterback for Florida. Aaron Philo is going to start. 1 at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom, or trips to the bottom, actually, and the pistol here is Brungard. Now they'll motion a receiver out wide. So 4 wide here as they motion Fresh Walters to the top of the screen. Back to his left. They're going to send 4. QB power here. To the 40, to the 35, to the 30. Breaks the tackle up the field down to the 26-yard line. Why does NFL allow teams to use their logo? Well, they don't really allow it. It's more they get a payment from the high schools. They get a payment from them. And it's just publicity. Probably not toasted. Probably not on that one. The early access watch last Sunday. I heard very good things about it. I'm excited for it. 1st and 10 to the 26. Another first down for Brungard. I think that's his 6th first down of the game with his legs. Right, the text being there differentiates enough. You can't really get brand confusion. 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Back to his left here. Tight end motion to the right side is Alex McDonald. Brungard takes the snap. Hands it off up the middle to the 25 and down at the 24-yard line, gain of 2 on the run for Gilbert. Yeah, I think UNC is a mess right now. The whole Belichick thing, the whole purpose behind getting Belichick was to get guys ready for the pros. They didn't have a single guy go to the pros last season. So it's a mess, especially with the whole Lombardi thing and the coaching staff and Hudson. And it's a mess. I think TCU wins that game quite handily. Rams or Chargers tonight? I would say the Rams. Better depth. Better depth at quarterback, I would say. Came a Colts fan because of elementary school, the Colts logo. Did not know that. 2 at the top of the screen, 1 on the bottom. They're going to toss it out to the left side for Gilbert. Gilbert to the 25-20. Cuts up the field to the 15. First down, 10. 5 breaks a tackle. Touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. And the Penguins are pouring it on. Jaden Gilbert, who had a 50-yard run on the last drive, takes the toss on the left side. 21 yards. And a great block in the second level there by, well, the man you mentioned, expat. Dez, that was an insane block. The 6'7", 325 pounds left tackle gets to the second level. Exactly who you mentioned. Extra point is good. It's a bloodbath so far. Literally exactly who you mentioned. That run doesn't happen without him. They're going to show that on highlight reels when he gets drafted. What a block by Dez. Holy cow. A big man can move like that. 325 pounds against a second level like that. Yeah, he's going to go pretty high based on blocks like that, expat. He's going to go pretty high. Pretty hard. Well, we got a lot of views. We're not hiding this one because we got so many views on this. We got over 200 in the chat right now. It'd be crazy to do that. So 22-3 again. If you like what you see, that like button, subscribe. It does go a long way. Helps out on the channel. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. And Youngstown just dominating on the ground. 181 rushing yards already on over 9 yards a carry. Yeah, they're really making that spread. Yeah, it was 28.5. And man, it's a close game last year, 24-15. Not so much this year so far with 5 to go in the first half. 5-13 to be exact in the first half. There's also teams who use defunct logos. Yeah, the Hitman logo. I mean, that H logo is great. That H logo is a great pick for high schools. And Gilbert, 82 yards. Reminds me of the 90s teams under Tressel. Yep, title run starts tonight. Yeah, this offensive line is good. This offensive line is physical. And Dez, I'm not sure who's going to stop Dez at the FCS level. I really don't know. Because his build is just insane. And he can move, too. I didn't realize how he can move. Exactly what I expected. Mid-D2 team turned terrible FCS team versus an actual good squad. Yeah. The numbers on the 3 o'clock streams, I have no idea, JP. I have no clue. But if the numbers are like this for FCS Thursday night, oh, man. Yeah, I'm happy for race fans. About time. About time. Yeah, probably not going to happen after West Florida moved up. Probably not going to happen for a little bit of RC on that one. The pick was nasty work as well, yep. Yeah, we'll see on that one, JP. Yeah, I have no idea what to expect this season. I really have no idea because the numbers have been great for streams, and now like I know how to play the game in terms of working the description and getting the SEO optimization on that, so we'll see. Gilbert and Brungard each with over 80 yards rushing already. A future Cowboys line for sure. I would take him in Jacksonville. I would take him. Love the fact you're covering the Penguins. Appreciate you a ton, Expat. It means a lot to me. I love college football. I'll put it that way. I love college football. And we are live. We're streaming every day. We don't take any days off. I stream sports all the time. We do college football all the time on the channel. We got 3 games on Friday. The next week we're doing a game Thursday, a game Friday, 3 games Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. So for week 1 officially, we'll be live for, what would that be? 8 games? Oh no, but then Florida State FSU, so 9 games. We're live for 9 college football games next week. Live for 4 games this week. This one being the one. Yeah, this is the home for college football. Yep. Give me some more blow up by the half. Can I switch it to Austin P? Well, I don't want to switch it to a game that start at 7 o'clock, if that makes sense. Trees live for the Steelers game? All right. Yeah, I can't switch it to a game that starts at 7 o'clock because we're doing a game later tonight at 10 o'clock, so I don't want overlap there. But I do this thing called Heidi, where sometimes if a game is really out of hand, what I'll do is sometimes I'll switch it to a more competitive game that's in a similar time. But we're not going to do that here. Kickoff returns to the 21-yard line. Pats play Browns Sunday football preview. That was the best game? I did not think that RFK... I didn't even put that as an option for you to make the call because I was like, there's no way that game's going to be any good. So 22-3 score. You know, hold butts the kick return. Yep. Yeah, Thursday. I was going to say Sunday night. I was like, wait, that's not a Sunday night game. I was like they'd be off their rocker for the Browns on Sunday Night Football this year. So Mercyhurst, last drive, they got close to the red zone and threw a pick. Javon in the quarterback. Flipped over to Furman's debut. All right. Ball the 21-yard line. Well, it's not they're not in the FBS, but having them 21. Well, you can't do it before the half, yeah. But also, yeah. But this is a game where I feel like Youngstown, they're just the dominant team. They're keeping it on the ground. This is why I don't think they come back. Do the top of the screen, but we will see in the pistol here. Ball at the 21-yard line. Hand off up the middle, trying to bounce outside to the right side, and we'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That is it. Gamble stuffed on the play. No gain on the play. Brought down there by Karsten Marshall, the 6-year linebacker out of Kennesaw. More likely than not that Shadur's on the Browns roster. They starts the game this year. No, he's the backup quarterback. He's going to start a game this year. I think Watson's going to get benched at some point. Shadur's number 2. Gabriel might not be on the roster this season. And we're at the nickel stake game. All right. One at the top of the screen, one at the bottom, back to his left here. Javonin, they got a field goal on the opening drive. Nothing since the scripted plays. 4:30 to go in the first half. Again, Mercyhurst going right to left. Javonin in the gun, back to his left. Now the motion him backwards in the pistol now. Stretch play the right side once again. Runs into his own lineman to the 25. Breaks the tackle to the 30. And down the 34-yard line. Looked like a busted play there. As Gamble ran into his own lineman. But he does pick up 14 nonetheless. Yeah, Tree streaming the Steelers preseason game right now? All right. Hopefully they don't get shut out this time. He ran into his own lineman. Had a hole there. But ran into the center. I believe he ran into Carter Wilson. I believe it was 58 on that one. There was a flag on the play. Comes late. Personal foul. Block below the waist on Mercyhurst. So back it up. This play will not count. Neurological pain acting up again. Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks. The MVSU are horrendous. Yeah, no, Mississippi Valley State. They're not good at like any sports. Let's have a great week 1. I see Dolphins Broncos 2-1 of the Jackson get 3 points. Jeez. So they call the play back. They're going to get a block below the waist on Ashton Wilson, the tight end. Yeah, you got a tight end. Keep the Pelton Mill. Yep. Well, the run defense is playing very well this game. They're playing very, very well. 4 minutes to go in the first half. 2nd and long for Mercyhurst. Got to get something going here. 2nd and 20. Move it to the 10-yard line. Off the illegal block below the waist. Oh, you're trying the 3? Yeah, I'm going to try it. Yep. Bubble screen to the left side. It's caught. But a gain of just 4. Still a long ways to go. Lattimore on the grab. He's taken down at the 14-yard line. Yeah, I want to see how it works. Like, I'm going to test it out. I'm going to test it out to see if you can actually do it in real time. Yeah, late today. Yeah, well, I'm gonna see it first because I'm gonna see how it goes for one of the preseason games and see, like, I can see it during one of the games right now that I'm not broadcasting and check, like, okay, does it actually show live? Power 4 school on the East Coast. Ooh, to a team I play to work with on the East Coast. Power 4 school. I'm gonna guess 3rd and 14. They're gonna send 4, stepping up. Has time. Checks it on the corner route to the left side. Caught at the 27-yard line. Still shy of the 6 by 4 yards. It's a gain of 12. Christian McDonald on the grab on the left side. 4th and 4, and I think they're going to send the punting team out, so a quick 3 and out. The website is actually down right now. FanLive is actually down right now. Yo, East Coast, Power 4. I'm going to guess Maryland. I'm going to say the Terrapins. You went flying by? Yeah, well, they're running the ball a lot, that's why. They're running the ball. You probably said the FanLive app is down right now, so I might not be able to do it. Might not be able to do it. For, like, real time. 4 and 4, I can do it for the highlights. Do it to show highlights. Oh, wait, maybe? Punt here, field the 29-yard line, taken to the 30. 35 down the left side to the 40. Looking for space on the left side, space on the 45, and down the 48-yard line. Good return there by Fresh Walters. They'll have it near midfield. We'll call it just about 25 yards of net. Give a football chat done today. I can see it. Oh no, this actually does work live. Oh my god, this actually works live. I don't believe this. I'm going to show this at halftime and show what this is. 1 at the top of the screen, 3 at the bottom, back to his right here. Drive number 4 for Brungard and company. Again, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. Fletcher rolling out to his right. Fires on the run. Hitch route to the right side. It's caught at the 46-yard line. Gain of, we'll say, 6 on that one on the grab there by Brian Hunt. Taking us to the 2-minute timeout. And Mercyhurst 46-yard line. You have a score to keep the football. I love that kind of game. Yep. Applying for University of Virginia. The Who's nice. I have a friend of mine from high school who went to Virginia. Great school. Great school. So 2-minute timeout here. Youngstown, all their timeouts. 22 unanswered for the Penguins. Looking for more as they're in plus territory again. When we get back. You stole my brain? Oh no. What shall I ever do? Yeah, while I have this break, I just want to show you guys something really quickly here. Not this. Wait, hang on. So this is what it looks like. This is what the thing looks like. This is the Steelers-Bills game literally happening right now. This is insane. Like, this is not... This is in real time. This is what's actually happening in the Steelers-Bills game right now. This is an insane app. So we're at the 2-minute timeout. I just want to show you guys what this is. Just get your guys' thoughts on this. This is insane. You have 3D Live for NFL. This is nuts. Oh. So we're going to do that tonight for the Chargers-Rams game if it's working. What's guys to show the game? There you go. This is nuts. Yeah, 14-0 at the half. All right. Oh no, I didn't even ask him. We're gonna just test it out. I'm gonna keep it a secret for now. Just gonna keep it a secret. If he brings it up, he brings it up. But for now, I'll just keep it a secret. Not really a secret, but don't want to let other people know if that makes sense. Yeah, bonus coverage, sort of. Yep. This is nuts. So we're doing this for Chargers-Rams. We're gonna do this for Chargers-Rams. Fact prevails. You're not kidding. Right, college football, they don't have for college football. They're using next-gen stats for this. That's why. They're using next-gen stats. Well, I can take... Oh, why the hell did you throw that ball? Well, just run. You had so much room. Just run on that one down the right side. Why would you throw that? Just run. The entire right side of the field was open. Well, FN knows about it. FN knows about it. At the end, they say, yeah, go for it. Yeah. You know, FN knows about it. Yeah, this turned me out. Yeah, this is nuts. All right, back underway here. You know, FN knows about it. I think FN's doing it for a game, too. 2nd and 4 here for Youngstown. All their timeouts. Brungard, screen pass to the left side, caught the 45-yard line and down to 41. First down, gain of 5. On the screen on the left side by Lynn Weichel. I'm calling both games, yep. 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line. NBA and NHL follow suit. Oh, well, this isn't really, like, authorized by the NFL. This is a completely independent company. I've got to write up a work order for it? That's insane. Like, MLB was authorized. NFL, this isn't authorized by the NFL. False start here. Which video game is this? That's not even a video game. That's not a video game. That's actual real-time. That's real-time games. So, false start, back it up 5 yards. Let's screen back on. Yeah, that's not a video game, Tanner. So, back it up on the false start. They know it. That's insane. You have one job. That is nuts. So, 1st and 15, a rare moment that Youngstown starting behind schedule. Move it to the 46-yard line. Again, Youngstown going left to right here. You hopefully get sent tonight. Hopefully. See if we wait way too long on that one. Or is the NHL doing something like that? But we will, we'll see. We will see. I know Football Nation's doing it. Next story I found out. I was rewatching one of his streams and was like, oh, this is like an insane thing. And someone else messaged me about it. It's like, do you know about this? I'm like, holy cow, this is insane. So, you know, he knows about it. FN knows about it. I'm not sure if anyone else does, me and him, but we'll see. 1st and 15, they're going to send 4. Swings it out to the right side, incomplete. Was dropped by Mills on the right side. Would have been a short gain either way. 2nd and 15 here with 1:27 to go. And all timeouts for Youngstown. They've got 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. Drive number 4 here. 2nd and 15 for the Penguins. This one over on ESPN Plus. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button and subscribe. Really does go a long way. Helps out on the channel. Wait, that one going to the semifinals. Yeah, I have Iowa winning that one. I have Iowa winning that one. To the top of the screen, to the bottom. Oh, yeah, he'll find out. Yeah. Yeah, that's obvious. He'll find out. I'm not sure about, like the big one. Like not the big ones, like Grossi and whatnot. They're going to send 5. Look in middle of the field. Seam route. Caught at the 15. Then loses the football and picked him at the 25-yard line. It was a catch there by Jeremiah Sanders. Lost the ball. Dylan Evers, on that one for Mercyhurst. There was a flag on the play. Dalen Pringle on the recovery on the seam route. 1, 2, 3. Puts 2 into the ball. Makes a 3rd step. I think Michigan disappoints because I'm not crazy about their quarterback situation. I think Arizona and New Mexico do very well this year. There was a flag on the play. See what the call is here. Should be catch and fumble after the play was done. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Mercyhurst after the play was done. But it's a turnover. Sanders fumbled the ball. He took a 3rd step, made a football move. Tells you to score that point. Yep, man. Imagine paying money for Flow Sports to watch that. So Mercyhurst ball. Let's double check this. 1, 2, 3. Sanders had control the whole way. Was it coming out on the 3rd step? It's actually tough. Was it coming out on the 3rd step? They might take a look at this one. That's Anders Waves on. Oh, man. That's been a fun series. Was that coming out on the 3rd step? I'll put a poll up. If this is unsportsmanlike conduct on Mercyhurst, and the call gets reversed, and they call that a catch, or incomplete, either way, Youngstown's going to be in a very good spot. Yeah, some real heavy hitters. They're not kidding on that one, Tanner. Yep. They're not kidding there. A lot of good quarterback can't throw the ball. Yeah, that's a lot of quarterbacks at the FCS level. You flow the worst broadcasting your sports for an expensive price. You've got to love it. That's why I never want to hype on going to the CFA. Or the CAA. Never want them going there. Again, I think... Oh, man, that is close. Was that ball coming out before the 3rd step? Was the ball coming out before the 3rd step on the hit by Braylon Beckwith, the junior? Oh, man, that is close. Again, you need to make a football move. 1 foot down. 2 feet down. Still has the ball. 3rd foot down. And simultaneous. That's almost simultaneous. The ball coming out right as the 3rd foot hits the ground. That is awfully close. I'm leaning fumble. That is awfully close. How's it going, Ben? Starting to get Twitch Bill Gonzo? Don't worry about it. Again, deadline's great action. I said the day before the season starts is my guess. Yeah, day before the season starts is my guess on that one, Ben. He's under contract for this season, too. In worst case, you can franchise him. You're going to be fine. You're going to lock up Gonzo. Gonzo is maybe the top corner in football. If not, he's top 3. You'll be fine. I'm not too worried about Gonzo. Yeah, we're stealing Silver 24-6, man. So we really had no good options, so we can't even hide it anything. You see our line look like crap? Jeez, that's not good. At least you have a quarterback that's mobile and 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers. Did a flip in that Madden game on that viral clip. Dominican in the red zone again. Are you kidding me? Are they really going to do this? How's it going, Gene? Appreciate you, man. Like and subscribe. Appreciate you, man. If it's that close, I think it stands. I think the call on the field is going to stand. That is awfully close. That foot is hitting the ground at the exact same time. Yeah, how you to call tree? Again, the initial call was catch and fumble. You need to make a football move. He had control for the first 2 steps. The third step, the ball comes out right as the third foot comes down. It is awfully close. I am leaning catch and fumble. This could go either way. We've been looking at this for about 3 minutes now. Yeah, it could be Bailey for Stony Brook. They've not been good football in a long time. It's an incomplete pass. So they changed the call, Youngstown ball, plus the unsportsmanlike conduct. Mercyhurst needed some breaks. That's not going to help. No stars, yeah, I'm saying up. You got to do it, Ben. Yep, I do that for the Jaguars, too. So new set of downs for Youngstown off the taunting. Ball at the 31-yard line here. Catch, no catch. So Youngstown will retain possession. Empty backfield, 2 of the top, 3 of the bottom, 5 wide. Flags fly, false start. As they lined up one of the offensive tackles as a receiver, Nick Nielsen, number 76, the 6'6" offensive tackle, was lined up as a receiver. Weird looking formation there. But backing up 5 yards on a false start. Second time this drive that Youngstown's been called for a false start. They've not been good since they left the Big Southwind sponsored football. Yep. Really, it's not been for a while. But Stony Brook should make the jump to FBS at some point. Because Long Island needs an FBS team. And Vids Stadium is pretty nice. Long Island needs a team for FBS. They have the resources to do it, too. 1 of the top, 3 of the bottom, back to his left here. Brungard in the gun. Mercyhurst, 6 in the box, 5 on the line. Sears lead. Oh, man. 1,000 on the board. All right. Takes a snap of the gun. They're going to send 4. Brungard looking slant pass, middle of the field, caught at the 30-yard line. Going to the 28. We'll call it a gain of 8 for Lynn Weichel. He's been a dominant player today. Had a touchdown earlier. Has been a go-to guy for Brungard. NFL is 6 the call and spot. Me too. So a touchdown? Yeah. 2 of the top, 2 of the bottom, back to his right here. 4 wide. Brungard takes it. They're only going to send 3. Brungard time. Seam route. High throw. Caught at the 5-yard line. Catch made by Dorian Williams. You figure Mercier should call timeout here. Finite end to the drive and all that. They are not. 55 seconds. Mercier again should take a timeout. Finite end. I wouldn't snap this from Youngstown. They're going to snap it quick. I'm not sure about that. QB power. Brungard bounces to the left side. Flag on the play in the area of holding. Touchdown Youngstown, but that's going to come back for holding. Would it be a scum to take him? I would say probably the Mac. I'd probably go the Mac. So back it up 10 yards. They'll get holding as Brungard tried to get him for a second rushing touchdown of the day. Again, finite into the drive. Mercyhurst started the game with the ball. It's an easy holding call there on Dez. He grabbed the shoulder pad as he was bouncing outside. Easy call. Braylon Beckwith tried to make the tackle, and Dez just grabbed the shoulder pad all the way. I have no idea on that one, Glenn. I have no idea. 5. I would say 5 point. 1 the top, 2 the bottom, back to his left. We love a bald king. First and goal. Again, Mercer solo timeouts. You figure they should take one on a running clock. Brungard, looking, has time. Incomplete, fires in the flat on the left side. Again, Youngstown not pressed for time. Looking for McDonald on that one. Coverage on the play on the left side by Teddy McDuffie. It's definitely not me, I can tell you that much. Yeah, back all goes. I get you on that. Hey, Bernard touchdown for the Pittsburgh. All right. Second and goal at the 15. 41 seconds to go in the first half here. And Youngstown going left to right. Yes, breaking news. One on the top, two at the bottom. Back to his left here. Brungard in the gun. Back to his left is Mills. Bottom of the screen, the two wide out right are Weichel and Hunt. The best prospect of the FCS ranks this year. Pump fake here. Brungard, drag route to the right side, caught at the 11-yard line. Breaks one tackle to the 9 and brought down their gain of 6 for Dorian Williams. Now Mercyhurst should take a timeout, and I think they will. It's a smart timeout by Mercyhurst. You want to have at least a chance to get the ball back. Wait, Youngstown's taking the timeout. Okay, Youngstown's going to take it. Not sure why they did it there. I would have let it run to about 20 seconds before taking it. When it's 9.5 coming out. Another list, hour 49 journey this time. Ooh. I would say the college football, the JG8 vids. I'd just say all the JG8 vids this month would get you an hour 49. You're not crazy about that timeout by Youngstown. Top players all time from FCS. Well, Jerry Rice is number 1. I mean, that's easy. Jerry Rice is number 1. Yeah, Youngstown calling the timeout there. I don't really agree with that. You're an Indy watching Marion versus U of Indy game? Nice. All right. D2 against NCAA. There you go. College football is back, baby. College football is back. Touchdown Nichols. All right. So 3rd and 9 here. 3rd and goal at the 9-yard line. How's it going, Giuseppe? Youngstown State alum here. Go Penguins. Appreciate you a ton. Yeah, Steelers. Yeah, Bernard. Wait, they were on commercial? Wait, they missed the touchdown? Wait, are you kidding me? They missed the touchdown because they were on commercial? Oh, no. Oh, boy. Well, you can't do that. But appreciate you a ton. Yep. Yeah, Youngstown looking very good so far, Giuseppe. Appreciate you tuning in. 3 at the top of the screen, 1 about 4 wide again. Youngstown going left to right. Back to his right here is Mills. 6 in the box. Takes the snap. Brungard looking. QB draw. Up the middle to the 5. Bounces to the right side. He's in. Touchdown. Brungard, his 2nd touchdown run of the day. QB draw. They spread everyone out. I've done some preseason videos every now and then. Yeah, it depends if there's like a weird situation there. Yeah, that's crazy, Giuseppe, man. So QB draw broke the tackle. A poor job tackling on the right side by Inez Jordan. And it's 28-3. Yeah, no, better than UMass at least. 28-3, extra point coming up. 4 drives, 4 touchdowns. The extra point right down the middle. 29-3 Penguins. It's all Youngstown State in this one. With Mercyhurst having no answers to stopping Brungard on the ground. Brungard 98 yards and 2 touchdowns already on the ground. Plus 92 yards passing. Get the forbidden score out loud. Yep. Youngstown 282 out of a possible 282 yards. Yeah, fire the producer on that one at RC. Yep. Yeah, that score. Yep. Well, now it's 29-3, so we're okay. And Youngstown gets the ball to start the second half. Yeah, Mercyhurst begging for mercy. You're not kidding on that one. Okay, ncaa TV was that commercial when they scored? Jeez. Yeah, that can't happen. High time, there's nothing hiding to. There's literally nothing hiding to. Under normal circumstances, I'd say yes, but there is nothing hiding to. In terms of games that have the same timing, Maine, they're up by 13. Delaware State's on cruise control. There's nothing hiding to. Of the D1 versus D1 games, there's nothing. So 29-3. We got a lot of viewers on the stream too. We're crushing it with this one. Kickoff here. Mercyhurst 23 seconds. All their timeouts. 29 unanswered for the Penguins. Give Mercyhurst Prime Brady. Can they win? No, even with Prime Brady, they wouldn't be able to win because the defense is so bad. Kickoff takes a bounce field to the 15, 20 out of bounds to the 24-yard line. Randy Moss, second best ever? Yes. Yes, if that counts, then yes, Randy Moss. McNair was great as well. Hey, Thursday Night Football till the end of the year. I love it. I love it. Warren's best game versus NFL Precincts and JG9 as a college football YouTube grind. I appreciate you a ton to try on that one. It's crazy how we are getting like a ton of views for this stream. It really is crazy. I didn't know how this one was going to do. It was like FCS game on Thursday night on ESPN Plus. I don't know how that's going to do. I've gone to the new Buc-ee's. I have not. I don't see the appeal of it. Yeah, I think North Texas can. It's going to be tough. Obviously, I lost a lot of talent, so it's going to be very tough. But and Mercyhurst will not try anything. They're just going to take a knee and go into the half. Mercyhurst will just take a knee and live another day. Yeah, college football, first time this season. Yep. Chattanooga game just punt, a return back and forth. Oof. So 29-3 your score at the halftime break. It is all Youngstown State. FLPA green lights free agency frenzy. Wait, NFLPA. Wait, you mean MLB? You mean MLBPA, right? I would say for MLB, I would say fact, because they got to do some free agency. It's dragging out. No one knows. Like everyone's just waiting for everything. Everyone's just waiting for everything to happen. Like no one signs in free agency at the winter meetings because you're just waiting for the shoe to drop. Should have Hail Mary, nothing to lose. We can't Hail Mary from there, but. And this one, let me just do this really quickly. I appreciate you guys a ton for being here for this one. If you like what you see, the like button, subscribe. It does help us out on the channel. But yeah, we'll trade you. I was a little bit surprised by that. I mean, it's a worrying thing it's a very worrying thing, I'd say, when Atwell can't crack the starting lineup on the Dolphins receiving unit since that team is not great at receiver. It has to do with Puka? Because I like Whittington, and obviously you got Adams and Ncaa. I mean, he knows the system. You know, I'm not crazy about it, but maybe he thrives in LA like he was in LA for a little bit before, obviously. Yeah, Boris wouldn't go for it, but the other ones they would. Maybe they're worried about Puka and whatnot, or they know Hunter's not making the team, so you might as well trade for a guy that has a chance of making the team. So it was a weird trade. I woke up to that and was like, wait, what? I was very confused when I woke up to that trade news. I'll put it that way. But I'll get opportunity in Miami, yeah. Because I don't think he was making the team. I don't think he was going to make it. Emil Sons of Minnesota, fiction. Well, he's on the Rams right now, so I think he's going to make the roster. I think he makes it on the team. All right, this one brought to you by PrizePicks. Use my code HMA. Play 5, get 150 in bonus lineups if your first $5 lineup hits. Here's who I'm going with today for the Giants D-backs game. You got Bryce Eldridge. I think he will get a hit against the D-backs. Jose Cabrera is the pitcher for this game. He's back up from AAA. It's not a great control. His first time up, I think it's going to be pretty much a bullpen game, so I think Eldridge will get a hit. It's the bad part of the rotation, so the D-backs, Fon and Erod were okay. The other three, not so much. And then Gavin Moreno, best catcher in baseball in my mind. He'll get a hit. That's my pick. 20 to win 38. Use my code HMA. Available in most states. Link in the description down below. And Colonel's up 7-0 on the Delta Devils. All right. If UNT continue the momentum, could see making a jump to a stronger conference. Well, I don't think Big 12 would take them. I'd probably say maybe Pac-12. But is that really an upgrade? I'm not sure Pac-12 is really an upgrade. I would say no. I think they're kind of... J-Down League up and running? Not yet. Not yet. I have to make sure, like, my other leagues first, because they haven't figured out when they're drafting. You're pretty much stuck with this one. Let's study Brook Delaware State gets competitive. Yep. Yep, pretty much on that one. Pretty much. Again, for this game is we got the Chargers-Rams game coming up later tonight. That should be a fun one for preseason. Final preseason game for both those sides. And we got 3 games on Saturday. We got a game tomorrow with the Jaguars preseason. But then we got a game on Saturday. 3 games. TCU, UNC, North Dakota State, Jacksonville State, and Memphis UNLV. Make sure you are here for that. And we have a new video on JG8 about a weird broadcasting controversy from the 1990 season. Click that link to watch. Second time this week I've done some with the Valley. First being Jed York's arrest. That was a weird one too. Like, why? Why would you go out there? $160. Why would you even go out there? I don't get it. I don't understand. Schedule for tomorrow, we're doing the Jaguars game at 7:30 Eastern time, and that's it. Just one stream tomorrow. When's the league dropping? I have to figure out when my other leagues are drafting first. I have to figure out when the other leagues are drafting. The game at 8? Wait, I'm not sure what I mean by that, Taterhead. Yeah, the Barlow York family is like royalty in the area. They have a college at Youngstown. I did not know that. I did not realize that. In 29-3 your score at the halftime break. Where they're a small team and a huge fun. Yep. Right, for Trailer Park Trash, basically. It doesn't make sense. It does not add up. It just does not add up. No, tomorrow, we could do OT after the game tomorrow. We're not doing OT after this game. Obviously, we'll do it after the Rams game. I'm not sure if we're doing OT tomorrow night after the game. I'm not sure on that one. Touchdown West Florida? Argo Sweet Business. Yeah, they have the resources to make the jump. Oh, you're going on Terrorhead, yep. Yeah, that's the first game we're doing. Yep, we're doing the TCU UNC. That's the first FBS game of the season. We'll be on the call for that one. We'll be live for that. We got the whole setup behind me for that one as well. It should be a fun one. Oh, it's Barlow Hall. All right. I did not realize that. The more you know. Florida was the #1 toughest place to play at NCAA 05 despite going 3-3 at home the year before. Yeah, that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. That doesn't seem to make a ton of sense. I would have thought for NCAA 05, you're probably going like Auburn is the toughest place to play. I would have thought that, potentially. Steelers just scored again. Oh, man. Yeah, why don't I throw the Steelers game? Well, the backdrop to that, at least. Let's throw the Steelers backdrop with the highlights. The live action, I should say. Official NFL data via that. All right. Maybe one of these days, Giuseppe. Maybe one of these days. Because if they scored again, so this is a little bit behind, but I guess we're going to see the place. Oh, that was the first game with tough place to play, man. So they give the route trees, too. Oh, that's nice. So let's see. Flat is wide open. Just terrible tackling. FAU games, I'm not sure. Depends on the schedule. So usually, what I do is I do this thing called You Make the Call, where I pretty much for all the games, I don't control what games we do. Pretty much, I leave it up to you guys for which games we do. There are some exceptions, like there are some matchups that are locked in. Wazoo was 24th man. Ohio 4-0 already? All right. Well, there's some games that are locked in automatically. Top 10 matchups are locked in. The FAU, UFSX, yeah, we're not going to do that one because we're doing LSU Clemson. There are some games that are locked in, but for the most part, like top 10 matchups are locked in, and I have like discretion to lock in some matchups that I just want to do it, but like LSU Clemson, I'm locking in next week. But that's also Giuseppe. Yeah, that should be a big one. I'll have that game on. Tennessee, rocked up. I mean, that'd be a great spot. Ohio game tomorrow. Problem is that the Jaguars play tomorrow. Jaguars play tomorrow at the same time. So, yeah, Josh Jacobs charged with misdemeanors. I don't know how it's a misdemeanor. That should be a felony. Based on the footage and based on the police report, how is that not a felony? I am very confused on how that's not a felony. Stream for Friday, just the Jaguars game. Jaguars game at 7:30. Yeah, very much depends, Tanner. It depends. So what I do is I do this thing called You Make the Call, where every donation counts toward a game. So you help me decide which game we call, and whichever game is the highest donation total is the game that we end up doing. So FAU, there might be a situation where we do a game because they have the highest total. Yes, I did, Giuseppe. Yep. Yes, I did. Yeah, Genti, yeah, it's only an ankle sprain. Should be too bad. Should be back for week 1, hopefully, so that's good to see. So Lucas are rushing. This could turn into a game they score. Oh boy. Oh boy. So again, that's how You Make the Call works. So FAU, we could potentially. How I do it is every Saturday I do a 12 o'clock, a 3:30, and a 7:30 game. And I might add a 4th to that for Saturdays. I might do that depending on Hawaii, depending on a couple things, how they protect their copyright, and also the timing of the game. Like I know week 2, Hawaii plays at midnight, so we could do that potentially, because that wouldn't interfere with anything else. But for the most part, that's how it works. We do minimum 3 games every Saturday on the channel. We got close to 10,000 total views on this stream. You guys have been insane. Yeah, I would like it too, Tanner. I would like that too. I like those crossover games. Yeah, USC, I'm not surprised they were in the top 25 for toughest place to play. Texas, that is surprising to me. 6'1", yeah, that's pretty tall. Taller than I am, I can tell you that much. Taller than I am by a couple of inches. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. We're at halftime here. 29-3 your score. Again, it's all Youngstown. 282 yards for the Penguins. Squared to 118. 17 compared to 8 first downs. Youngstown 6 for 6 on third down. Mercyhurst 0 for 3. And Youngstown 190 yards rushing on nearly 9 yards a carry compared to 30 yards from Mercyhurst on less than 3 yards a carry. Well, it was next to West Virginia, Coastal Carolina. How tall am I? 5'10". I am 5'10", 5'11". I would say 5'11". I'm like 5'10 and a half. So I'll round up. Call 5'11". Yeah, so the 4 games for you make the call are ECU, Alabama, Oregon State, Houston, North Texas, Indiana, and Coastal against West Virginia. Michigan was, I was going to say that. Yeah, Michigan, the Big House has to be in there. Big House has to be in there. I didn't realize that, Giuseppe. I did not realize that. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does go a long way. Helps us out a ton on the channel. So we try to grow this community even more. And we're at halftime right now. Yeah, it's a tough one, Steven. It's a very, very tough one. My trainer does not. My trainer thinks that it was the husband who did it. But someone did something. And obviously, it's a messed up situation either way. It's incredibly messed up. Oh, that sucks, Tanner. That sucks. Sometimes it's just the luck of the draw. Just can't really get transfers and whatnot. Is that a tractor accident? Oh, man. Auburn was 19. That's it? Wow. That surprises me. Oh, no, right. That's... Yeah, I'm just going with what my trainer said. My trainer said that has something to do with the medication and... It's just a weird situation. That covers everything. Yep, it does. It's about the blood pressure going down and something was drugged. It's a messed up situation either way. But we will see. That'd be cool, Tanner, if they did. That'd be cool. Hardest environment is UMass. Yes, hardest for the home team. It's UMass. That's the hardest one for the home team. What says this? FanLive.app. FanLive.app is the website. You could change. Oh, you can change a lot of stuff on this one too. This is so cool. We're gonna do. Oh wait, what am I? Wait, this is not the screen I want. Wait, this is not the screen I want. We're going to do this for the Rams-Chargers game. We're going to do this for Rams-Chargers. This would be super cool to do for Rams-Chargers. Man. This is insane. Yeah, retro moment in 3D and in real time. Like, this is nuts. This is freaking nuts. how far we've come technology-wise. And it looks better, too, than the ESPN one. Retro Bowl? I have not. I've seen clips of it. I never had the system to play it. Yeah, I saw the Bills broadcast with Steelers touchdown. That's crazy. You can't do that. That's nuts. It looks like Wii Football? Yep. Yeah, this is like better technology than what ESPN uses for the altcasts. You mean for college football? Yeah, the problem is like getting the data. Because they use the next-gen stats. They use official NFL data and use the next-gen stats for this. For college football, you don't have that. I think it was the first touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. If I need a phone to get bored, I've not played on my phone. So we're still at halftime here. Figure about 5 minutes till we start. That'd be cool first timer doing a tanner. I always like when that happens. I always like when a first timer does its thing. And back on our way here in a couple more minutes. We're at halftime here. 29-3 all Youngstown. 4 drives, 4 touchdowns. Then they get the ball to start the second half. And every donation counts toward this thing called You Make the Call. Help me decide which game we're calling next Saturday. In the 12 o'clock window, we got 3 games next Saturday. We have a to-be determined game at 3:30. I'll put up a You Make the Call for that later. After this Saturday. So you have today, tomorrow, and Saturday to vote on those games on the right side. You may have the call for the 3:30 game Saturday. We'll decide between the Boise State, Oregon game and the Baylor, Tennessee game. And maybe some other games as well. But definitely those two are the premier teams. 7:30, we're doing LSU Clemson, locking that one in. Just locking in. Thursday, we'll do a game. Friday, we'll do a game. We'll see what happens there. I might put it up to you, make the call. I'm not sure yet, but we will see. But I can tell you that tomorrow we will be live for the Jaguars game, 7:30 Eastern Time. And Saturday live for 3 games. TCU, UNC at noon. North Dakota State, Jacksonville State at 5:30. And then at 10 o'clock, UNLV against Memphis. A triple header in week 0. Again, we are doing triple headers every Saturday from now until Conference Championship weekend. We did one last week, so this will be triple header number 2 out of 18 in a row. I guess the 19th one will be a doubleheader with the Army-Navy game. Yeah, Dabo versus Redskiff. Yeah, I can already tell you we're locking in LSU Ole Miss. So I can tell you locking in games going forward. Any top 10 matchup is locked in automatically. But we're locking in Ohio State, Texas. So the first 3 weeks, we will just do the college game day game for the 7:30 game. No surprises there. Because we will do Ohio State, Texas, and of course LSU Ole Miss. You know, LSU is easily the villain. LSU is easily the villain of college sports. It's not even close. It is not even close at this point. Like, every coach they have is just scum. Giuseppe with a 10, or appreciate me. I'll get you on the LED board. Which game do you want? Get you on the call for it. Which college football game do you want? The Bills, you see them look nice on TV. I don't know why I have it outlined the Bills logo at midfield. So usually for preseason, you don't paint the field all the way. So that's what it comes down to. They'll put a nicer logo for regular season. But for preseason, usually, a lot of teams, the paint work is not really finished. The Jaguars have the same thing, where the paint work is not the best. It's very just like stenciled outlined. So that's why. They'll change it for actual games. For preseason, though, most teams go pretty bare bones. Which game do you want, Giuseppe? I appreciate you telling that. It means a lot to me, man. Should they have preseason? I do not think so, no. I don't think they should have a preseason. The travel involved with that, too, would be a lot, and a lot of these schools would lose money. You have to remember, a lot of these schools are losing money. Coach O? Well, Coach O is just an assistant there. We're talking head coaches. We're talking head coaches there. Not talking assistants. Yeah, but a lot of the teams would lose money on preseason. You have to remember, a lot of these programs are in the red. So you add another game or two to get ready. You're not making any money off the game. You're not making a lot of money on ticket sales or TV revenue or anything like that. Yeah. Are they paying the stewardship to the South End Zone? Really? That is... huh. Because a lot of teams just do the stencil outline. I appreciate you, 100 Seppi. That means a lot to me. Watch the videos for years. That means a lot to me. Means a lot to me. Appreciate you, man. If you want a game, let me know. If you want ECU, Alabama, Oregon State, Houston, North Texas, Indiana, or Coastal West Virginia. Oh, no, not former head coaches. So I'm talking like the current ones they have. Between Mulkey, Will Wade, and Kiffin. Now I'm talking the current guys. If you count Brian Kelly. Yeah, you count Brian Kelly. If you want one of the games, let me know. It counts as triple. So your 10 counts as 30. Pick any of those 4 games. Up to you on that one. That's a good slam pass. It's a good slam pass there. They lasted like that in 02 since from the plain white diagonal lines. Yeah, and that's easier to do. The diagonal lines are obviously a lot easier to put in. But that is odd. I didn't realize that. I did not realize that. Man, 29-3 score. We'll get back in just a little bit. Holly Palm Point Steady Bowl to air on CW. Man. Holly Bowl was surprised by because Fox had that game for years. I'm surprised by that. It's one of the few games that ESPN didn't have. I know Marcus Freeman's a great guy. Marcus Freeman. I have a friend of mine that works in the athletic department. He loves Marcus Freeman. Freeman is as good as advertised. He is a saint. Marcus Freeman's great. He's like the exact opposite of Brian Kelly. Like, he deserves all the success he's had. I would say Como on that one, Tanner. I would probably go Como on that. Yeah, the 3 evil coaches of scum. You have the holy trinity of suck. Fox, they don't do bowls anymore? I guess not. I don't think so. They have the Holiday Bowl. I don't think they have any others at this point. Yeah, Mosaic team going to the college football season, Ohio State. Besides Ohio State and Michigan State, yep. So here we go, getting it back underway your second half, 29-3. Youngstown State, top 10 in the nation in FCS, and showing why. We get back underway here. They get the ball to start the half. Yeah, the CW's getting a lot more sports. They're getting a lot more. Which we'll see how that works out. Remember they had the Miami USF game last year. Had a top 25 matchup. Kickoff here, field the 4-yard line, taken out to the 10, to the 15. Youngstown going right to left to the 20, runs into his own man and falls down at the 22-yard line. And that will be where Youngstown starts this drive. Ball the 22. 18-yard return on the play. 4 drives, 4 touchdowns. Brungard back out there for drive number 5. And Youngstown going right to left. Mercyhurst left to right here. 2 in the backfield, 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Brungard in the gun. They got 6 in the box. Brungard. And looks back to the sideline. After the clap. Family mostly, they're all Jaguars fans at this point. I pretty much converted them. Hand up the middle to the 25, space to the 30. Trucks the guy at the 35. And a good run there by Antoine Gardner, the junior running back. Gain of 15 and a first. Over 200 yards rushing for Youngstown already. They go quick to the line, no huddle. You know, they're all Jaguar fans at this point. Growing up, my dad was like half Jets, half Giants. Brungard keeps himself on the read option, fakes the give to the right, and he'll get 3 down to the 38-yard line. Bills carrying nearly missed a pick. Jeez, man, that broadcast seems like it's a crap broadcast. So I always like you should be allowed to watch both broadcasts because that's insane. Ohio State, Michigan State, Alabama, Penn State, LSU, Texas Tech. Yeah, Texas Tech is also the enemy. After a little source, we think. 2 at the bottom of the screen here in the pistol is Brungard. Motion the tight end over to the left side, McDonald. Brungard in the pistol, takes a snap. They're going to send forward. Brungard looks, drops back, now fires deep shot. Down the left side, one-on-one coverage, overthrown, incomplete. Had a step down the left side with Jeremiah Sanders. The most simple thing that's happened to him in his career. Besides the Trevor Lawrence pick on Monday Night Football. 3rd and 7. Can Mercyhurst get a stop? Youngstown was 6 for 6 on 3rd down in that first half of action. In Michigan play Notre Dame again, would start Ham again. Makes sense. 3rd and 7, back to his right, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, including the tight end Austin Bray to the top. Now the motion, someone out of the backfield, so 5 wide, moving to the bottom of the screen on the left side is Jaden Gilbert. 3rd and 7, they're spreading everyone out. Could this be a QB draw? Mercyhurst 6 in the box. Space is there for a draw if you want. 3rd and 7. Brungard takes a snap. They'll send 4. Brungard steps up in the pocket. He's going to throw on the run. In route caught at the 45-yard line. Should be enough for the first. With forward progress, they might mark him a yard shy, actually. Lynn Weichel on the grab. Oh, no, exactly. Sports Talk, yeah. The Jags on the Central. Yeah, no. Jags doing this is a big rivalry. Yeah, and Cowher, I mean, he tried to trip a Jaguar on the kickoff return. Now the score I thought it was going to be, Youngstown won this one by a lot, but I didn't expect this much. I think he's short by a yard at the 44-yard line here. Just on the in-route, grab by Lynn Weichel, but a good tackle made by Jeff Level. They're going to give him the first down. They are getting him the first. So 7 for 7 on 3rd down this game. One of the top 2 of the bottom back to his left here is Gilbert. Brungard in the gun. Grab by Junior. All right. Though I hate Bad Molester, Nick's in retirement now. Still hate him. Brungard keeps on the read option to the right side to the 50. 45, first down. He's got over 100 yards rushing to the 41-yard line. Gain of 14 on that one on the read option to the right side. Hi to Steelers Bills. Well, there'd be overlap there for the Rams game and the Chargers game. I'll make sure I have enough time to get the cases switched down and everything. So while the 41 here, Mike Evans retires after the season odds, I'd say 20%. First down here, you're going to fire on the flat on the left side. Caught for a gain of, we'll say 3 to the 39-yard line. Catch by Brian Hunt on the left side. They go to line quickly, no huddle. Oh, that was the Monday Night Football game in 97. Hey, that was legal. It still is legal. You can still sign guys for the practice squad. You can still sign guys. 2nd and 7, ball at the 39-yard line here. And Football Nation's doing that game too, and I think D's doing that game as well. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom, 2 in the backfield here. Brungard. Ball to 39. 7 in the box for Mercyhurst. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Brungard. Takes it in the gun. They're going to send 5. Slam pass. It's caught the 35-yard line down to the 34. Gain of 5. The slam pass from the right side. Back-to-back grabs for Hunt. He'll be short by about a yard, maybe 2. 3rd down. And Youngstown 7 for 7 on 3rd down this game. They go quick to the line. Now they're going to go back into a huddle. They'll slow things down a little bit. Bills through a pick. Man. Youngstown perfect on 3rd down. Mercyhurst has yet to get a first down so far on 3rd down. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his right here. Football's really back this week. Shoved all game into that. I love it. I love it. Back to his left now. Going to keep it on the read option up the middle, and he'll dive ahead close to the line to gain. Brungard needs to get to the 32, and I'm not even sure he got a yard on that one. What team in Division 2 am I excited for? Division 2? I don't really follow D2 football that closely. Yeah, no gain on the play. 4th and 2. First time Mercer's got to stop. It's go for it territory. You're not kicking from 52 yards out at the college level. 4th and 2. Who's attacking? Youngstown is on offense right now. Youngstown going right to left on offense. 4th and 2. 2 at the top of the screen. Back to his right here. Now the motion receiver to the bottom of the screen. 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Motion to the bottom is Fresh Walters. Brungard in the gun. Back to his right. I'll probably at least 10 hours on that one. Play action. Looking in the flat. Wide open. Floats it up. Caught first down to 30. And Walters out of bounds on the 27-yard line. It's the motion man. Gets 7. And a first down the flat on the right side. Good play design there. And good touch by Brungard. It's a few good floaters by Brungard on that right side. Wide open there for he's pushed out of bounds on the right side by Adonis Marshall. Bill's touchdown, all right. Yeah, Grossi overtime super just lasts forever. He had to put like $50 for a request. First down the 27-yard line. Brungard under center, or in the gun, I should say. 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, 2 in the backfield here. 5-minute drive so far. The motion receiver to the bottom of the screen. 2 wide with Hunt motioning to the bottom. Now they'll work out the pistol. Now they're walking out the gun. Back to his right is Gardner. Brungard in the gun now. Touchdown Argos, 13-6. Ooh, play action. They'll send 5. Brungard looks. Fly route, left side, 1-on-1. Touchdown, diving grab in the end zone. Brian Hunt. 5 drives, 5 touchdowns for the Penguins. What a throw there. Fly route down the left side. They get the 4th down conversion and then capitalize on a long shot. Brian Hunt, 1-on-1 coverage on the fly, lined up in the slot. Ran a fly from that slot position, working on Adonis Marshall. And the extra point. For the 5th-year kicker. Andrew Lastovka gets it to go. Nothing to hide to. There's nothing to hide to. All the other games there at similar time, they're blowouts as well. So 36-3, 5 drives, 5 touchdowns. Youngstown, a top 10 team in the poll entering this game. And yeah, they're showing why. Look back on Western PA, we had Argos cheerleaders stopping all the time on the way to Florida for vacation. Ooh, nice. Simple Beth, yep. Well, the problem with the Austin P game, Austin P is in the second quarter. I have a game scheduled at 10 o'clock tonight, so there is a very good chance that the Austin P game will not be done by the time Chargers-Rams starts. So it all comes down to timing. Like, the Heidi thing, it comes down to timing. I can't miss another game, if that makes sense. If that game was in the third quarter, I would switch to that at this point. This game is over. Yeah, this is kind of a bloodbath so far. So 36-3, can the Lakers score anymore? Here we go. Latest pizza I ate? Ooh, how's feelings? Yeah, one of those. Latest new pizza. I don't have the latest new place I've had. I haven't ordered pizza in a while. Do versus Moorhead? Let me see on that. Problem is that you can't really bet on D2 games, so you don't really get good viewership with that. You don't really get good viewership on that. I mean, no one is streaming that game. Cut short. Well, I don't want to end a game early. I never do that. I never end a game early. And 36-3 your score. Yeah, it looks like a good stadium for FCS level. Looks like a very good stadium for the FCS level. You know, 14-12 in the Ohio Dominican game. How's it going, JP? Welcome back in. How's it going, Sir Tam? Welcome back in. All good, Jonathan. There you go. Mercyhurst led at one point, then 36 unanswered. 5 drives, 5 touchdowns. Pretty much a perfect offensive game for Youngstown, as Youngstown has 359 out of a possible 359 yards. I got the numbers, don't we notice? Yeah, but BTA, that was expected, though, yeah. Last game was pretty close between these sides last year, but this one not playing out like that. Yeah, most teams, yeah, that makes sense. I was going to say, there's like 32 NFL teams. Kick off your end zone touchback. Mercyhurst ball at the 25-yard line. Going left to right. Can they get anything going? They average less than 3 yards a carry on the first half, and a lot of that, the rushing success came on the opening drive. Right, if it's 5 minutes left and it's a blowout, that's a little bit different. 5 minutes left, that's a little bit of a different story. 36-3. Javonin back out there at quarterback for Mercyhurst. So they're going left to right. Again, Mercyhurst did not announce a starting quarterback before the game. The controversy will continue after this performance. Javonin threw a pick near the red zone. Has not really done much so far today. Back to his left here. It's actually the tight end Camden Lewis. Would it have been any different? Probably a little bit. Probably would have still been pretty good. More liked. Play action here. Now actually going to hand it off, and it's going to be a loss of 3 up the middle. Goes Cardwell. Brought down on the play by Mike Wells. You ripped to the Pro Bowl? Yeah, it had to go. The Pro Bowl was a joke at this point. No one watched it. The ratings were terrible last year. Had to go there. Have a multi-view of Bills, Pats, and Little League World Series. All right. The ESPN app is a new search brand. Yeah, the ESPN app, I'm not crazy about it. 2nd and 13. 2 at the top of the screen. Back to his left. And they also changed that you can't watch games while you're streaming on OBS. Now they go on the pistol here. Javonin takes it, fakes the stretch play. Play action, fires in the flat, high throw, incomplete. Just sailed it to Ashton Wilson, the tight end on the right side. So 3, got a hit. The flat was wide open. It's the exact play you want. Probably would have been enough for a first down. Would have been close, but Wilson had acres of space down the right side. And Mercyhurst has not converted on 3rd down this game. They got 3rd and 13 here. Paywall on the scores are next. I can't see them paywall on the scores. You just Google those scores, so that would be a mistake on their end. Oh yeah, the Steel fan got rest of the game, the Ravens pizza. Oh, I love the pizza one. The pizza one is great. The best sports app? I don't know what the best sports app is. Trips to the top, 1 bomb, back to his right, 4 wide here. Flushed out to his left, Javonin scrambling, looking to throw on the run across his body, floats it up. It's caught the 45. Good throw there. Across his body, floats to his weak side, and it's caught On the play, on the left side, first down for Dylan Evans, the senior wideout, to the 49-yard line. Game at 27, the first third down conversion by Mercyhurst today. The box scores, again, you can just Google those. Yeah, those are fun videos, Giuseppe. I always love just weird controversies like that. The Ravens Pizza Hut, that was like, they did not plan that one. One on the top, two the bottom, back to his left here. Ball to 49. Javon in the gun. 8.5 to go in the third quarter. Youngstown with 6 in the box. They'll send 4. Looking, first screen out there, going to take off and run up the middle to the 50. Slides head to the 48. Could be a flag for a late hit. Not going to get the helmet to helmet. Carson Marshall easily could have been flagged for that, but... yeah, hooray. Congratulations. Gain of 3, though. Nothing open, so Javon just took off and ran. The 6'3" quarterback. 2nd and 7. Ball at the 48-yard line of Youngstown. In plus territory. That should mark at the 49, so 2nd and 8. Mercyhurst going left to right. One on the top, two the bottom, back to his left here. Now they'll go out of the pistol. Motion back to the backfield. Play action. Screen dropped. It's a good idea. Fake the stretch to the left, throw a screen to the right. Amari Lattimore should have held on to that ball. Had the blockers down front. Another 3rd and long here for Mercyhurst at the 49-yard line. Probably browsing his workaround for some paywalls. Whenever for paywalls, you can there are websites where you can bypass a paywall. 3rd and 8. 7:36 to go in the third. A national sandwich. How many sandwiches ran out of food those days? I'm guessing every single one of them. One on the top, trips to the bottom, back to his right here. Takes the snap. Hands it off on a sweep to the left side. They run it on 3rd and 8. And it backfires tremendously as Cardwell throw down for a loss of 2 by Mike Wells. They run the ball on 3rd and 8. I'm not sure why they did that. 4th and 10. They're back in their own territory. And they'll send the punting team out. It's been that kind of game for Mercyhurst. They've not had success on the ground since the opening drive. They forced up on here. Thomas O'Neill on to punt, the freshman punter. 6'7", really tall punter. Fresh Walters back to return for the Penguins with 7 to go in the third quarter. Blaney, I have Hamilwing all this here. The punt here. Angle to the right. Walters signals fair catch. Bounces at the 17 and will die at the 17-yard line. Actually, roll to the 16. So we'll call it a 35-yard punt, all net. 6:42 to go in the third quarter. Youngstown ball when we get back inside their own 20, leading 36-3. Irvin with the fiver. Which game do you want? Get you on the call for it. Speaking of pizza, tried Lunchly. Oh, why would you try moldy pizza? It looked sus. I threw it away. Crust was hard. Sauce not bad. Sweeter than expected. Pepperoni med D grade. Yeah, why'd you try moldy pizza? Ugh. Ugh. You couldn't pay me enough money to try Lunchly. You could not pay me enough money. Yeah, the cheese, I mean, the cheese is like blue. It's like moldy. Give me Hoosiers, all right. Tired Sheets Freak, but give Wawa credit. Yeah, no, Wawa's good. Wawa treats are really, really good. Like, I trust those gas stations. Yeah, Lunchly's disgusting. Give me the Hoosiers, all right? Get you on the Hoosiers game. Appreciate you guys' time for being here. You guys have been awesome today between the views and all that. We're going to get to 10,000 views this stream, which is just nuts. For an FCS game, this is nuts, the viewership. So I appreciate you guys a ton. Again, we got Chargers-Rams later tonight. 10 o'clock Eastern time there. Over on NFL Plus. I'm surprised we're still selling too, yep. Right, I'm not surprised it sucks, yeah. If Logan Paul is putting his name to something, it's probably going to suck. Just a general rule of thumb on that. If Logan Paul is putting his name to something, don't trust it. Do not trust it at all. Hunt Brothers, I've heard good things about Hunt Brothers. You're not the first person to say that. I've heard things about Hunt Brothers, like the pizza's actually not bad. I was curious how that cheese was not stable, it melted. Jeez. Always a good sign. Always a good sign when that happens. A new video out on GG. If you haven't seen, click that link to watch. How much we eat Lunchly? Oh, God. There's not enough money in the world. Elon Musk would have to give me his entire fortune for me to do that. right, here we go. Ball at the 16-yard line here for Youngstown. They're going right to left. 2 at the top, the screen, 1 the bottom. Takes a snap. Brungard looks, rolls out to his right, fires in the flats. Caught the 20-yard line by Gilbert to the 25, 30, 35, and pushed out of bounds to the 38-yard line. Pushed out by Beckwith, but a gain of 22, and a first down for Youngstown on the first play of the drive. 21-12 Ohio Dominican. Oh, boy. Can you bet on that game? Because the problem is that, like people... I get a lot of people that, like, bet on games. I don't think you can bet on D2 against FCS, but... First and 10. Brungard trying to send him. He gets sacked to the 34-yard line, so loss of 4. Second sack today for Mercyhurst. Teddy McDuffie, his second of the game. Yeah, they have me to Arizona. I've never had Hunt Brothers. I'll make a note of that if they ever come. Second and 15, actually. Let's say loss of 5. McDuffie, for the second time today, brings the quarterback down. Back to his left here is Mills. 2 at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom. Lunch leads are the product. What's better? I'd say the product. 7 in the box here for Mercyhurst. Brungard in the gun, takes a snap. They're going to send 6. Brungard looks, deep shot, sidearm throw down the right sideline. Diving attempt incomplete, just a bit too much on that one. Looking on the play down the right side for Jeremiah Sanders. 3rd and 15. Mercyhurst's best chance to force a punt, which they have not done all day. It's attacking Youngstown. I have the football next to the team attacking. Okay, listen, Jerry, actually, yeah, oh boy. Also looking for a run the next 5 years. I'm going to say fiction. I'm going to say fiction on that. Yeah, I have the football next to the team that's on offense, Skax. Yeah, the football's next to the team. 1 at the top of the screen, 3 at the bottom, 4 wide here, back to his right. Brungard in the gun. They'll send 4. Brungard has time, plenty of time, all day. Now we're going to take off and run to the 40. Looks for a juke move, trying to bounce outside, and he will be brought down the 42-yard line. Gain of 7. The ball came out at the end. McDuffie picked it up. I think he was down by contact. But it will be a 4th down stop, and for the first time today, Youngstown State does not score a touchdown. They'll be forced to punt. And Nichols scores. All right. They have in parts of New York. Ooh. All right. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I think the ground caused the fumble. That'd be awesome, Jonathan, for you, because I know you're a big-time fan. First punt of the season here. Evan Anderson, the sophomore. On to punt. Bit of a high snap. He corrals it. Fair catch call for him, made at the 22-yard line, but there's a flag on the play. Was the play blown dead? Might have been blown dead beforehand. False start, so the punt's not going to count. Back it up 5 yards to the 37-yard line. Like, I know that'd be a cool one, too. That'd be a cool one. So we got a false start there. Redo the punt with 4:38 to go in the 3rd. So first time today Mercyhurst has got a stop. It was 5 drives, 5 touchdowns. Finally, some signs of life for the defense. Again, Chargers, Rams later tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern time. The punt here, take 2. Anderson gets it off. Backpedaling, fair catch call for me. Muffed! And then recovered at the 21-yard line. So almost a muff there on the punt. Ethan Holbrook. Mercyhurst will get at the 21. Surviving that by the skin of their teeth. 42-yard punt, all net on that one. And Mercyhurst ball with about 4:14 to go in the 3rd when we get back here over on ESPN+. Again, after this game is done, Chargers, Rams, 10 o'clock Eastern time. All these helmets behind me go away. This is not a green screen here for the first time. Not a green screen. These are all real helmets. You can touch them. You can do all that. All real helmets. I have Chargers helmets. I have Rams helmets. We're going to put them all behind for the next game at 10 o'clock Eastern time. That one will not count for anything, just preseason, but I should note every donation counts for. You make the call. Help me decide which game we are calling next Saturday at 12. He was getting paid by Nebraska, but he's still there. Yeah, Pelini never should have been fired. Nebraska never should have fired Pelini. You don't know what you have till it's gone. They got greedy. Very greedy, firing Pelini. Yeah, what a blow. You're not counting on that one, checkmate. You are not counting on that one. Yeah, Andrew Motorsports, yeah. It's in 36-3. Ball the 21-yard line for Mercyhurst when we get back here. And $10 more gets in him that LED board behind me as well. We'll do OT after the Chargers game, not for this game, because we won't have enough time to do it. But we'll do it after the Chargers game, which should be over at 1 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. Right, give him a discount, of course, yeah. Yeah, some people just they don't know what to do in retirement. They just love coaching. They don't know what else to do with their life. Karaoke tonight, what stream would I have done? I would have done an FCS game. I would have probably done one of the... I would have made... You make the call for FCS game, probably one of the 7 o'clock games. And then no preseason. That's what I would have done. Or maybe a preseason game, not FCS. I'm not sure. One of the top two of the bomb back to his left. I wouldn't do Chargers Rams. I know that much. Play action here. Curl route, middle of the field, incomplete, broken up on the left side. Was looking on the play for Dylan Evans. It was Dev Holman on the breakup on the left side. Again, Mercyhurst going left to right. 2nd and 10. Yeah, I would not have done the Rams game. I probably would have done... You make the call for a preseason game. Probably would have done that. Karaoke next Wednesday, so it starts up again on Wednesday. But no Thursdays anymore, which actually works out great for me, at least. To the top of the screen, in the pistol here. Back to his right, play action, Genovan, pump fake, rolls out to his left, throws on the run, fires, almost intercepted, wasn't picked off, he kept the fade in bounds, he did! Rolled out to his weak side, and it's picked off on the left for Youngstown State. Escaped the sack there from Michael Wright, rolls out to his weak side. And on the interception there for Youngstown State with some of the backup defenders in. It's number 36, Roderick Owens, the freshman. His first game marks him with the pick. Why are there helmets? So, when I said group of 5 setup, first down here, bubble screen to the right side, it's caught. Breaks one tackle, then thrown down the 25-yard line. No gain on the play for Lynn Weichel. This game is over. Yep. So, when I said that, I didn't realize it could stack helmets. So that's why, JP. Like, there's a group of 5. When I said group of 5 and P5, when I thought that at first, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to stack helmets, so I can only put, like, 50 helmets up. So I have 50 group of 5 helmets. I'll put those up. And I've P5 helmet, P4 helmets. I'll put those up. But then I realized, I can stack helmets. So, now there's no real difference in set. But it's going to be completely random. Like, it's a complete random order as to which helmets go where. 2 of the top, 3 of the bottom, 5 wide here for Brungar. They're going right to left, ball to 25. Brungar takes it. They'll send 4. He's going to look to take off and run. He'll escape the sack. He'll get 2. So he's thrown down at the 23-yard line. Jeff Lavelle on the stop. Just see one setup. Yes and no. I'd say yes and no on that one. So, the helmets will be a random order. There are also like 40 helmets that I did not put up because I can't fit them. So it's completely random. Whichever helmets I just pull out. I'll make sure the teams that are playing, if I have those helmets, will be there. It's like UNC, I have the UNC helmet. I'll make sure that's like front and center for the UNC TCU game, but it's pretty much going to be like a bunch of random setups, if that makes sense. 2 of the top, 2 of the bottom, back to his left. They've done the penalty flag. I don't realize that. I don't have any helmets for FCS or lower. I only have FBS helmets. Yeah, top 25. That'd be cool if I have all the helmets. That'd actually be really cool to do. They'll send 4. Brungar looks. Slam pass tipped. Intercepted the 19-yard line. The slam pass was tipped. And Youngstown, after starting the game perfect on 3rd down, 7 for 7. They're 0 for the last 2. The pick there, Jaden Alos. So the team is trading interceptions, and Mercyhurst takes over And the 19-yard line, no Heidi, there's nothing to Heidi to. There's nothing to Heidi to on that one. If I have all the helmets, doing the top 25 is actually not a bad idea. It's actually a really good idea to do the top 25. Like, mark that with the first 2 rows. But we'll see on that. So, ball the 19-yard line here. It's a team straight picks. Browns ready to get into the end zone. Oh, man. Apples will rank high in the Reader's Digest. 2 at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. Back to his right here. Javonin takes a step. Flushed out to his left. The flat is not there. He's going to take off and run. Now he's going to throw on the run. Open, but overthrown, incomplete. It's a good idea throwing across his body on the left side. Wide open was Ethan Holbrook, but just missed him down that left sideline. Brings up 2nd and 10. And they had not announced a starting quarterback before this game. I don't think this game is going to do much to quell the quarterback controversy. To the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. As Javonin has not done much today. Right, they're not playing tonight. Nope, they are not. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Handoff up the middle, out of the gun. They'll get 2 yards on the play. Gamble goes down to the 21-yard line. By the Notre Dame hype? I am, yes, I am. With that schedule and how much talent's on that team, I'm buying the hype. They should make the playoff, especially with a top 12 rule now. They should make the playoff. Instead of blowing a whistle, they were trying to figure out a better way to identify penalties. That's a much better way. There's a try and do anything. Yep. It's not working. Could be a very quick time for me. That was painful. Yeah. Now, preseason, game 3, you're not usually playing a lot of the guys. So, a lot of these guys are not making the team. Trips to the top, 1 at the bottom. Back to his right here for Javonin. Trying to avoid going 3 and out here. Ball the 21-yard line. Youngstown showing blitz with 5. They have 3 on the line. They are showing blitz now. They pinch everyone in. They're going to send 5. Javonin steps up, trying to avoid the sack. Pocket collapses, flushed out. Avoids his man on the right. Fires, floats up to his back. One-handed grab at the 36-yard line. Good job there. Pressure coming from the right. Javonin flushed out and fires to Cardwell. Floats over the hands of the linebacker. And Cardwell with a one-handed grab. First down. That 1A for Mac. Yep. Tuesday, Wednesdays. Yep. Yep. When that starts. Yeah. Maction and CUSA football. Yep. We're doing that. Floats it up over the hands of Mike Wells. A great throw there. With pressure. Coming off the edge. So first down for Mercyhurst. 1 minute to go in the third. They're going left to right. Ball the 36. 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Back to his left here. Javonin, who's attacking Mercyhurst. I have the football next to the team attacking, Gax, if you ever need to know. Multi-screen step, I'm going to be later tonight with the D-backs. Yep. Going to take out JJ. I can't wait to see you next week. Appreciate you, Giuseppe. Appreciate the 10. That means a lot to me, man. To the left side, hitch route, call the 42-yard line. Gain of 4. Means a lot to me, man. Evan Van Dyke, his first grab of the season. Yeah, I'll do multi-screen with the when the D-backs game starts in the Jaguars game. So 2nd and 4. I appreciate the 10, man. That really means a lot to me, man. You guys have been awesome today. 2nd and 4. They don't have to call a play. There is a 6-second difference. See if they try again with the hard count here. Again, Youngstown 36 unanswered. They don't have to snap the ball. In the backfield is Cardwell. Mercyhurst, Gax. The team that has the football. Next to their name. And they won't call a play. Which rate? I don't know too much about like the racing teams. So go to the 4th. 36-3 your score. It is all Youngstown as we head to the 4th. We go to the 4th. Time to video time. All right, time to cut. Let's do it. 36-3. Youngstown, a top 10 team, and they are exerting their dominance. Gonna make it back to the college football, to the FCS playoff. And Youngstown next week plays Kentucky. So, much tougher opponent on the road, one of those buy-in games. See how they get on against an FBS opponent. But they should be a very good team this year in the FCS, if this game is any indication. As for Mercyhurst, they take on New Mexico State and New Mexico, back-to-back games in New Mexico, oddly enough, for a team in Pennsylvania. They play back-to-back games against FBS opponents. Also take on Western Kentucky at some point. So they have 3 games this year against FBS opponents. They're going to have to play a lot better, to say the least. Concord, you might be Davidson? No way. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, winnable game. If they're playing like that, yeah. They play like that. When they play today, especially on the offensive line, absolutely. Youngstown Mama's out. Yep. I remember that. Well, because they would put as a lock. College football website put him as a lock. Like, they literally put him as a lock. I guess that loss by Mom with the final week of the season. Ohio Dominican leads 28-12. Jeez. And then D2 Concord Davidson. Man. Better pizza topping. Cheese or extra cheese? Definitely cheese. I'm not an extra cheese guy. I like being able to taste the sauce. I'm not an extra cheese guy. Not at all. Currently 120, sitting with some peach iced tea. Nice. It's a good night. It's a good Thursday night, Friday morning. A 2nd and 4 when we get back here. Mercyhurst will go right to left to end the game. Down by 33. They scored a field goal on the opening drive. Nothing since. But they can't choke against Yale like they did last year. That defense just fell apart. Mississippi Valley State is bad. Marte returning if Laveau is fired. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I'm not sure I want Marte back. I honestly don't know. It's like, we're doing well without him. Why bring that cancer back into the locker room? To Kyle Williams, man. He's going to have a good year this year for the Pats. One on the top, one the bottom, back to his right. Mercyhurst going right to left. 2nd and 4. Oh, we actually win some. Oh, God. They'll call a run to the right side and thrown down behind the line. Loss of 4. Nothing doing there. The tackle on the play by Ebony Curry. Just leave it simple entirely. Call a run out of the gun to the right. Youngstown reads all the way. Possible upsler. Oh, boy. That'd be crazy. I love those D2, D1 upsets. How's it going, Brody? Appreciate you, man. 3rd and 8 at the 38-yard line for Mercyhurst. They got 1/3 down already this drive. Yeah, the market, I mean, there is a bit of a market for Marte, but it's not as much as it was last year. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom, back to his left. Javonin in the gun. That's filthy, man. Yeah, literally just Bishop Sycamore label FCS team. Javonin, 6 on the play clock. Gets it off empty backfield. They'll send forward. Javonin looks. Has time in the pocket. Going to take off and look on the run. Rolls on the run. Caught at the 40-yard line. And in plus territory down to the 37. Did not cross the line of scrimmage. Good job there by Javonin on the run. Or Javonin on the run. Did not cross the line. And Dylan Evans makes the grab down the right sideline at the 37-yard line of Youngstown. Club out 25 yards. But the posting man was ridiculous to begin with. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. I get because of like finals. I get for like academics. But doesn't really hold a ton of weight. Now they throw a flag. Did he cross the line? Look, it was awfully close. I thought he might have crossed the line. The quarterback, they're going to say he was ahead of the line, so will not count. Back it up. Loss of downs. Bring up 4th. Yo, I had to make it up crazy. Crazy on that. So 4th down, and Mercer is forced to punt. Javonin was past the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. The referee, it's a very late flag. It was a very late flag, but they will pull the play back. And Mercer is forced to punt once again. So the punt here Thomas O'Neill, the 6'7" freshman. Oh, if you actually need someone else, oh man, government's great to watch it with me if you get there, man. I mean, that would start at like midnight your time, so it wouldn't be like too bad. Punt here bounces out of bounds to the 22-yard line. How about a 40-yard punt? Youngstown ball, and you figure now, if you put the backups in, I would not think you mess around here with a guy like Brungard. I would not think you do. I think fourth quarter up by 33 just for the backups in. We'll see what Youngstown does here when we get back here. If you like what you see, that like button, subscribe, helps out on the channel as we try to grow this community more. We got emojis in the chat. Every donation counts as triple to make the call. I'm going to decide which game we're calling. Next Saturday at noon. Chargers Raiders later tonight. Should be fun. Chargers, Rams, later tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern. Concord up 28-21, man. Can you imagine? Could you imagine on that? That would be nuts. So 1st and 10, the 22-yard line for Youngstown when we get back here from the commercial break. Nichols with the ball again. Jeez, that's BTA. That is a BTA game if I've ever seen one. And we got a triple header Saturday for college football. TCU, UNC leading things off. Yeah, I would just move on from Marte at this point. And the fact we rejected the toll trade, Hazen needs to go. Like, it makes no sense we're 9 above 500. Like, we're right in the mix, because this team is poorly managed, it's poorly run. Whether they maintain Housen, oof. That's rough. Good thing we did not do that game. Thank God that's behind the Flow Sports barrier. Otherwise, I fear that probably could have won you make the call, and that would have been a problem. It would have been a big-time problem, actually. North Dakota against LIU looking good? Yeah, I have a feeling North Dakota's going to have a good season this year. 11:30, normally around 3:34, finish on February break. First time this ever happened? Nice. Yeah, because that's... Yeah, it's going to be the third Monday of February, so it makes sense, yeah. The bonus coverage on F1 with Stanford Medal? All right. We'll see what Chattanooga can do in the second half. We will see. Right now, down 7-3 to West Georgia. They are leaving Brungard out there. I'm a bit surprised by that. They're going to leave Brungard out there. Up by 33. I don't agree with this. I think they just put the backups in. But they're leaving the starters out there. Hand off at the middle out of the gun. No, they fool the cameraman. Brungard runs out of bounds at the 23-yard line, we'll say. I think everyone got fooled on that one. No idea where that ball is spotted, actually. If West Florida leads Southern Illinois 29.5, man, they're going to be good. They have the resources to make the jump. Second down here, I do not agree with leaving the starters in. It's 2nd and 5, ball the 22-yard line. One on the top, one on the bottom, two in the backfield here. Brungard, unless they're just going to hand the ball off. Play action, now they're going to throw. Brungard with time, plenty of time. They send 5. Brungard all day, flushed down to his left. Now he's going to let it rip, and that's going to be caught on the comeback at the 36-yard line. All day on that one, and Jeremiah Sanders comes back for that ball. Just reads the eyes of his quarterback. Can't blame the secondary on that one. He had all day to throw. Could throw a tea party back there. Had about 8 seconds to throw that ball. And plenty of time to get rid of it. And LA Christian about Northwestern State. Ooh, all right. So all the 36. And they're leaving the starters out there. One on the top, one on the bottom, two in the backfield. And Brungard contributes over 4,500 yards of offense last season for the Penguins. Still out there in a 33-point game. They're going to run to the right side, out of the gun, to the 40, and down at the 42-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 6. And the run on the right side by Jaden Gilbert. 12 minutes to go in this one. A result that has not been in any doubt since the first quarter, if we're being honest. We will be live later tonight for Chargers Rams at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Youngstown going left to right. Mercyhurst right to left. Brungard in the gun. You went in after the loss, something 2 hours sleep? Man. No, exactly, Ben. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to watch your team at the Super Bowl. I couldn't go to school the day after the Super Bowl. I could not do that. The day after the Super Bowl, no chance. Not after 2 hours. Play action, fires the screen pass on the right side. It's caught. First down to the 40, 45, 50. Blockers, 45, 40, 35, 30. He could go. Gardner to the 20. Gardner to the 10 as he's pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Play action. Brungard rolls to his left, fires across his body on the screen. Gain of 48, and a goal-to-go spot at the 10-yard line. Can Youngstown punch it in? Pushed out of bounds there. By Nicholas Williams. To the top of the screen, back to his left is Gardner. Brungard in the gun. And touchdown Browns, man. Now back to his right is Gardner. Takes a step out of the gun, going to hand it off up the middle. And we'll call it a gain of 1 down to the 9-yard line. Selling good tonight. That's good for you guys. 2nd and goal at the 9. Gardner gets 1 yard on that run. So up the middle, tried to bounce it to the left. Nothing there. And Youngstown very good on the ground today. Average over 9 yards per carry in the first half. Commanding lead here. A touchdown to put the cherry on top of what has been a dominant game. Back to his left is Gilbert. Brungard in the gun. One of the top 3 at the bottom. 10 minutes to go. Brungard. 7 in the box. Takes in the gun. They'll send 4. Brungard. Goal line fade left side. Incomplete. No flag. Good coverage there by Williams. Looking on the left side for Jeremiah Sanders. 3rd and goal. 9:57 to go in this bloodbath here. So tighty, as NFL observer, Gabriel's a tighty quarterback. The Pats family really hates him. They also Gabriel. He is he doesn't have a great arm. He doesn't have like a lot of the physical traits, but he's mentally sharp. They'll send 4. Looking, Brungard, angle route, running back, caught, touchdown, Gilbert. On the angle route, middle of the field. And Youngstown State continues to pour it on. The angle route wide open, middle of the field. And that should be it for Brungard and the starters. They end on a high note. 42-3. All unanswered points. Good protection there. Had time to stand the pocket. Dez on the protection on the blind side, the left tackle. Let's see if I was saying stress yet. You're not getting on that one. And that should be it for the starters. I don't know why you leave them in at this point. 34-12. It really was nothing to hide to. Extra point is good. Been more calling a blow game? Oh, many times. We did a Oklahoma game against Temple a couple years ago. That was just brutal. I didn't have Heidi at the time, so that was just brutal. 43 straight for the Penguins. They lead 43-3 with 10 minutes to go in a statement game for Youngstown State. Yeah, I can start prepping for the next game. Yep. Yeah, I think I can start prepping for the next game. I think I'm in a pretty good spot to start prepping on that one. If you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. It really does go a long way. Helps out a ton on here. New video on JG8 about a broadcasting controversy. If you haven't seen it, click that link to watch. We should have a new video out tomorrow on JG9. I like to alternate between the 2 channels, so we should have a new video out there. If all goes according to plan. Yeah, Penguins are deadly. Yep, they are deadly. You are not kidding. It's a darn good team. I mean, we knew that going in. They're a top 10 team. Brungard's a fun quarterback to watch. He's a very fun quarterback to watch. Because Brungard's a guy that can run and can throw. Reminds me a lot of Haynes King in some ways. They're like the level below FBS. So there's Division 1. It's like the second tier, if that makes sense, Ben. So this is like the second tier of college football. And there's no promotion relegation. So just like the second tier of it. Okay, members only stream will be Monday night. We'll do members only on Monday. So keep that in mind. If you wait for members only, that'll be Monday night. Well, that's the fantasy draft at some point. I just have to figure out what my other leagues are drafting that I'm in for money. So once that happens, we will figure that out. Let's get everything ready for the next game. Yeah, pretty much a championship. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty much a championship minus the movement. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Pretty much the championship. Youngstown, very soft pre-Missouri Valley schedule. Yeah, although they do have to play Kentucky on the road. They do have to play Kentucky. But that doesn't count toward the standings in the playoff take. Well, that's not a hot take, NKC. I think it should be allowed to play 5 years. I think you should be allowed to... You have 5 years to play 4. That's my take. Kickoff, fill at the 5-yard line, taken to the 10. 15, and brought down immediately at the 18-yard line. Nowhere to go for the return man, Jason Woods. They should have 5 years to play 4. So go lower? Yes. There's Division 2. There's Division 3. And then there's like junior colleges, NAIA. There's... Yeah. For the most part, it's FBS, FCS, which is this, D2, D3. And there's like some weird stuff below that. But that's not sanctioned by the NCAA. Javonin stays in the game at quarterback for Mercyhurst. Has not been a good one for him. Getting the start. We don't know who is going to start. And we still might not know going forward who's going to start. Because this has not been good. And for Mercyhurst, their first 3 games, 2 against FCS opponents, and 1 on the road against a top 10 team. It's tough. Javonin, 10 for 19, 137, no touchdowns, 2 picks. Yeah, me too, I guess. Yep, it's a safety issue too. TV coverage? Oh man, like local TV. Handle up the middle, down to the 21-yard line. It really depends. Like TV coverage, so it's a game of 2, brings up 2nd and 8. Really depends on TV coverage. Yeah, 1 medical redshirt, yeah, so 5 years max. Yeah, 5 to play 4. That's my theory. Yeah, TV coverage, like, for the smaller divisions, like D2, D3, they'll never get nationally televised unless it's like a championship game. Does the FCS follow the trend? I'm not sure anytime soon, because they know they can get talent by doing that. But then again, why would you leave the NFL to go to FCS? You're not going to get the NIL money there, so they have no reason to do it. So you're not going to get NIL money in FCS. So on the top, 2 on the bottom. Javonin, hitch route, right side, caught, diving grab at the 29-yard line. First down for the Lakers. Catch there made by Christian McDonald, the senior receiver. A lot of times we're talking like D2, D3. We're talking, it's mostly like online streams or local radio coverage. Usually you're watching those games on a team website. And there's one camera and there's one announcer, and that's it. It's just, yeah. 1 on the top, 2 of them on, back to his right here. Again, Mercyhurst going right to left. 8:30 to go in this one. In this bloodbath where the Penguins have scored 43 straight. Ball the 29-yard line here. Movement on the line. False start. Back it up 5 yards. So make it at the 24-yard line. Movement on the right side of the line. And they'll call that. Bit of a sloppy game for Mercyhurst for the penalties. When do you think all FBS divisions have the same rules, Big 12 and SEC? I think it's going to be relatively soon. It's like the next year. Again, deadline's trade action. And right now, their hands kind of forced. They kind of have to act. You can't ignore the problem any longer. Yeah, I think 4 games. I think 4 for red shirt. I think 4 is fair. That's what it's always been. 1 on the top, 2 of the bottom, back to his right. The motion receiver over to the right side. Javonin fires in the flat play action. Caught by the motion man to the 29-yard line. It's Woods on the grab. The junior wideout. He'll get the yardage back that they lost on the false start. Gain of 5. But DTC is like a Simonson, man. South Dakota Mines beating Drake. There is a flag on the play, though. Late flag. It's a gain of 5 as things stand. We'll see what the flag is here with 8:02 to go. Should we get a red shirt? Yes. After the play was over, personal foul. Late hit out of bounds on Youngstown. So move it up 15 yards and put it right around the 44-yard line. 5 years max to become a thing. That's sort of what they're trying to do. Yeah, that's what they're implementing. They're trying to, at least. Is you have 5 years to play 4. That's what a lot of people are trying to... Some congressmen are trying to do that, too. Try and implement that. Move it to midfield, actually. 2 at the bottom of the screen. 8 minutes to go. In the pistol, here's Javonin. Javonin takes the snap. Play action. Clean pocket. Has time. Deep shot. And it's incomplete. Underthrown. Looking on the deep in route. Over the middle of the field. Was looking there for Speedy Yancey, the graduate receiver, the 6'5" man. Got to throw that a bit higher for the 6'5" guy. It's broken up on the play. You know, a lot of the Youngstown defenders out there are backups at this point, as you would expect. Tyrus Davis on the breakup. The freshman, the hometown kid from Youngstown, brings up 2nd and 10. Two at the bottom of the screen. Back to us right now. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Oh, Disney and Florida 28th. That's going to be fun. You know, Disney World is a great time. We have a great time there, Ben. Thoughts on the Civ Culture Bowl thing? It's complicated. I think there do need to be some regulation. Pressure up the A-gap. Fires in the flat. That's caught by his back. Gain of... Well, I'm going to say no gain. He was out of bounds. How's it going, Blazer? Yeah, Towson, main weather delay right now. Yep. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, they don't have the resources to win their games on ESPN Plus. No, they do not. Costs a lot of money. Yeah, that'll be a fun weekend to do it too, Ben, because that'll be great weather too. And that's during Christmas time. Like, they do a great job for Christmas. Disney Christmas decorations that Disney does are insane. It's absolutely nuts. Yeah, I think that's a fair thing, Nick. I think that's fair. One of the top trips to the bottom, 3rd and 10 at midfield. Javaudin, back to his right. Takes it, they'll send 4. Stepping up in the pocket, fires, out route right side caught, first down at the 34-yard line. Called a gain of 16. McDonald, for the 2nd time in this drive, makes the grab. Mercyhurst looking to get someone going here. Yeah, thank God it's a backup D. Yep, that's a big thing. Yeah, if you get an NFL contract locked in for good, yeah. Once you're a pro, you're a pro. Out route on the right side, coverage there by Dominic Julius. But got inside of McDonald, senior on freshman, gets that one. Davidson ties up at 28. Oh, man. Mendoza throws a pick his first possession. Yeah, thank God Cousins is starting, because I don't think he's ready. I like Mendoza, but I don't think he's ready just yet. One of the top trips to the bottom, back to his right. Javaudin takes it, hands off, sweep play to the left side, nothing doing. Maybe a gain of 1 at the 34-yard line. Brings him 2nd and 9. Just under 7 minutes to go in this one. You know exactly where everybody. Yep. When I'm down in Florida, do I order Hungry Howie's? I've never had Hungry Howie's. Actually, don't know what that is. Usually when I'm down, it's very rare at this point. They'll send 5. Flyer out down the right side. Javaudin broken up. Great coverage there on the right side by Dominic Julius. Great coverage on the right side on that fly route. You know, I'm with you. Mendoza's not ready. Yep. Bills and Pats losing. Good day. So 3rd and 9. Yeah, if WKU beats Southern Georgia or Indiana, that'd be nuts. Oh, man. All good, Ben. Yep. Yeah, 3rd preseason game is usually the worst of the bunch. Pizza? Yeah, I've never had Hungry Howie's. The place I had last time was good. I forget what it was. It wasn't Hungry Howie's. I know that much. Trips to the top, 1 to the bottom. Play clock winding down. So Mercyhurst will call a timeout and talk things over here. They'll have 2 remaining. Again, the outcome not in doubt has not been in doubt in quite some time. Youngstown scored 5 touchdowns on their first 5 drives. I forget the pizza I had last time in Jacksonville. You know, I don't think it's in Arizona either. Yeah, Mercer comes within 20 and we're tired for watching me. Yeah, I've heard of the Jets in Marcos. I don't think I've ever had. I was at Liberty with trailing Concord 6-7 on the second half in 2005, won 17-6 and lost every game after that. The worst year in school history. Going down in flames, but I'm Tish. You don't have CC's? I'm actually surprised with that. You don't have CC's up there. I thought CC's was everywhere in the country. And 43-3 your score, both the 34-yard line. After this game is done, we got the Rams against the Chargers. If they can do that, they might go undefeated. And they deserve a playoff spot. If they can do that, I mean, that'd be insane. Is there no Papa Murphy's now either? Wow. I don't know the future of CC's RFK. I don't know the future of that. Break the agreement, throw the starters in. You don't want to do that. Trust me, because if one of them gets hurt, you don't want to blow a starter in a game that counts. Melon Mushroom? I have not. No, I have not. Well, Chuck E. Cheese pizza is good. I do like Chuck E. Cheese pizza. All right, back underway here. 2 at the top of the screen, 1 on the bottom. Off the timeout, 3rd and 9. Back to his left. Yeah, I haven't had it in a while, because I haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese in a while. Now, Youngstown calls a timeout. They don't like what they see defensively. So Youngstown going to take a timeout. Right off the Mercyhurst timeout. I'll have to wait a little bit longer for this play to be snapped. It's like a pizza place. Mel Rushroom's like pizza place. I like the old Disney pizza. The Disney pizza that they have at Art of Animation. The recipe is great. First one pick for morning. Oh, man. He's a good punter, at least. If you want the best Disney pizza, not counting Epcot. Epcot doesn't count. Like, if you want to get actual Italian pizza at Epcot, that's one thing. But the best pizza on Disney, by far, not counting Via Napoli at all, has to be Art of Animation Hotel. If you want pizza at Disney, you go Art of Animation Hotel. You don't go anywhere else. So they changed the recipe. Art of Animation is the one place that has the original recipe, and it's really, really good. To get some outs with the score, yep. If I were to go to Epcot, I would just stay at Art of Animation, take the Skyliner to Epcot, and just my meals would just be that. 3rd and 9. Back underway, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Man in motion here. Javon takes it. They're going to send 3. Javon steps up in the pocket. Flushed out to his right. Going to look to take off and run. Will be sacked at the 33-yard line. Thrown down there for a loss of 1. And that is Aiden Fisher on the stop. 4th and 10. Yeah, so I know. Yeah, preseason game 3 is never fun, Ben. You know, yeah, Mel Rushford doesn't look like great. They're going to keep the offense on there. They're going to go for it. Javonin in the gun. Empty backfield. 5 wide. 2 at the top. 3 at the bottom. Mercyhurst going right to left. Fact, I can say, yep. Well, I don't know if he plays competent. They're 20-0. But if he plays like he did as a rookie, they're 20-0. If he plays like he did as a rookie quarterback, competent wouldn't be enough. He'd have to play like really well, like top 5 level they did in 23. They'll send 3. Javonin looks middle of the field. Behind his man, incomplete. They had the crossers. Deep crossers, middle of the field, wide of the field. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the cable fell out. I hit my knee on the cable and it fell out. But yeah, they had him wide open on the crosser. McDonald was open. Threw behind him. Yeah, Mike got unplugged. Yep. My knee hit. It's about the 34-yard line here. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Youngstown. They'll put the backups in. In the game at quarterback is Malachi Lewis, the sophomore from Montclair, New Jersey. They'll run up the middle to Mills. They'll get about 2. You know, the mic, yeah, I was like, oh, it's not in. Best pizza served on Friday because most mom shops know it takes 5 days for good dough. I did not realize that. I actually did not know there was a thing for the days on that. You move the cable? Yep. Yeah, I did. I just did. Yeah, my first charge timeout. Yeah, 14-3, make AFC Championship, anything past that house money. Yeah, if they get to AFC Championship, everything's like great. No, Eastern Illinois, because we're doing the Rams Chargers scheme after this is done, so might as well just stay with this till the end because it's so late. Play action here. Lewis trying to escape the sack as the pocket collapses. He cannot. Thrown down the 32-yard line. Taken down on the play there for Mercyhurst by Lucien Griffin, the sophomore. AFC South, 2 of the best teams in the AFC. Fact. Texans and Jags, yeah, they're not the 2 best teams, but 2 of the best, yeah. Hopefully they get the vote done, Rob, because that fan base has been starting for a while. It's about time on that. 3rd and 12 with a 31-yard line here. Yeah, but after this game is done, we got the Rams against the Chargers. We got to get everything set up for that one. I don't think anything's going to be good this year. Again, it's the backups. They're not playing, guys. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom, back to his right. Or they're not starting anyone, no. No, they don't start. Carabas? I've never had Carabas. They send 4. Lewis, pocket collapses, checks it down to his running back, incomplete. It's tipped. Broken up on the play there for Mercyhurst by Caleb Platts, the sophomore linebacker. And a quick 3 and out for Malachi Lewis in the backup offense for Youngstown. So Mercyhurst gets it, 4 minutes to go. They don't score a point until a Tenson loss to VMI. Jeez. I remember VMI was in the Big South. The Keydets, I remember that. So punt here, back to receive. It is Holbrook. From Mercyhurst, back to receive. On to punt, Evan Anderson. Romano, I've never heard of Romano's Macaroni Grill. I've never heard of that place. The punt here, they send the house, it's blocked. It's a good punt block. Roll to the 45. Still rolling. Takes a good bounce for Youngstown, relatively speaking. College rest will start November. Early November. Down to the 47. So 22 yards on the punt after it gets blocked. You have a call. It makes sense. Yeah, you're not going to see much better. A lot of the guys are not making the team. So Mercyhurst ball near midfield. Punt block. Good job there for Mercyhurst. And this Caleb Platts had the pass break up on 3rd down. Gets up the Agab on 4th down. It's a real restaurant? Yeah, I've never heard of it. So ball to 47. Can Mercyhurst at least get something here after allowing 43 unanswered? Javonin. Back to his left is Cardwell. 3:44 to go. Ball at the 47, just 22 yards on the punt. Yeah, QB4 for Cleveland? Yeah. Well, Taylor Green is actually, he's physically, he's an interesting guy. Taylor Green actually is interesting. They'll send 4. In the flat on the left side's caught. Gain of just 2. Cardwell bottled up immediately at the 49-yard line. Taken down there by Youngstown State's number 12, Baron White, the sophomore. 7:20 now, man. 2nd and 8. And 14-13, Ellie Christian against Northwestern State. Jeez. Yo, boy, Pez. Yep, you're not wrong there. How many March Redskins? Yes. I think we're a top 25 team this year. The recruits are great. We're playing a tough schedule. I think we're a top 25 team. 3 on the top, 1 on the bottom. They're going to send 3. Javonin looks, middle of the field, wide open. Caught the 35 and down the 33-yard line on that deep crosser. Catch there made for a first by Jason Woods. They'll go quick to the line. Yeah, I think they're NAIA. I think they are. Gain of 19. Maine's in a weather delay. Good thing we didn't do that game. Yeah, but high point there, the class for the conference. I think our bench could probably beat a lot of, every team in the Big South. They're going to send 3. Looking, middle of the field, slam pass, caught at the 18-yard line. Mercyhurst in the red zone. Back-to-back big gains there, and it's Malte Field, the junior wideout, the 6'4" man. Yeah, Noela punts, yep. Noela punts. Well, the baseball team beat McNeese a few years ago, yep. We're the Cleveland Browns. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left. Here they go. Quick to the line. 2:25 to go. Back to his left. Javonin, bubble screen. Left side's caught to the 15. Trying to bounce outside. Makes 1 man miss. And then brought down the 13-yard line. Gain of 4 on the grab there by Dylan Evans. Should take us to the 2-minute timeout. If I was doing Maine, oh, man. Depends how good the game was. Probably would have stayed on. College basketball? Yep, we do a ton of college basketball. I did all of March Madness last year. We do a lot of high point games when conference play starts. It's tough really to do them during non-conference play because of football, but we do a lot of high point games. The schedule is out for high point basketball, by the way. They got games against Miami, Ohio, LSU, St. Louis, Washington State. They got some good opponents this year, which I'm really happy about. But yeah, we do a lot of college basketball on the channel. February is pretty much exclusively college basketball. So 2nd and 6, 2-minute timeout. Mercyhurst just looks to get something and punch it in for the first time today. But Youngstown, a dominant performance nonetheless. Some stats for you. Youngstown, 467 yards of offense compared to 239 for the Lakers. 235 yards of rushing for the Penguins on 7.1 yards per carry. Was higher than that in the first half. Mercyhurst just 29 yards rushing on 1.5 yards per carry. That's it. Remember, a lot of the runs that had success for Mercyhurst came on the first drive. So since then, less than a yard per carry. Overtime after the stream? Nope, we're doing the Rams starters game. After that stream, yes. So do overtime at 1 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, college basketball, I love college basketball. But yeah, we stream March Madness. We do everything on college basketball. It's going to be so much fun. That's a fun time. Yeah, I'm like the home for college basketball. We did a ton of March Madness games last year. We did every game. Not a ton, we did every game. Oh, what is standing on that one, Rob? Right, I think standing. It's Feast Week, Champs Week. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, that week is just chaos. Like the Thanksgiving week is just nuts. Where they want courts to already ban. Yes, of course they do. Which I get. All good, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the donation earlier. It means a lot to me, man. Thanks so much, guys. So again, after this game, we'll do Rams Chargers. I'll make that stream public. We'll go live for that probably at, 9:40 Eastern time. That game is NFL Plus. It's not NFL Network. I'm not sure why, because they're doing an NFL Network game at 7 o'clock. So you think 10 o'clock they could do an NFL Network game, but apparently not. And we will debut for the first time, we will debut the 3D cast and see how that gets on. I'm excited to see how that works. Ready to lose sleep for the hopeful sweep of the Yankees in the Bronx. So, man, that'd be good for you guys. That would be insane. Potentially get home field for the wild card round. 2nd and 6 of the 14 when we get back here. Quick game, all things considered. It's going to be sub 3 hours, barring anything crazy. No injuries, which is good to see. Yeah, Maui and Atlantis are great. Then the other minor tournaments all at once. Yep. Oh, will NFL Network? They didn't show it. Schefter, when he put out the graphic, didn't show NFL Network on that. But that makes sense then. Okay, that makes it easy. Trips to the top, one the bomb back to his left. Javarding. Fly route, left side, incomplete. Flag for PI in the end zone. Easy call there. Dylan Evans, he was getting mugged. His right arm was being held. Had to make a one-handed effort. Couldn't corral it, but his arm was being mugged by Baron White. So mark it by the goal line. And Mercyhurst, at least a chance to punch it in the end zone here. So again, an easy PI call on the sophomore defensive back from Trotwood, Ohio. Wildcard Series will be in October or late September. You Michigan as our coach in basketball, Sweet 16 or Elite 8. Yeah, they haven't looked good so far this offseason, but again, it's going to take some time to gel. Eddie Grimm inside the collar. You have Josh Jacobs. I would wait on a ruling until the NFL makes their ruling. I'd keep him. He's not going to be out for the year. My guess would be potentially 6 games. You could stash him on your IR. Yeah, Sanders. Yeah, what a fall from grace for Sanders. You know, she does not beat away fuck. Nope. Ball at the 1 yard line. Yeah, neither do most people. Back to his right. Here is Cardwell. In the gun, they'll send a man in motion. Javardin takes in the gun. They'll send 5 in the flat. Caught. Touchdown. Mercyhurst stopping 43 straight points by Youngstown State. They get into the end zone for the first time this season. It's Shalik Hampton, the sophomore tight end. And Mercyhurst gets a touchdown. So at least something to build off of. Coverage in the flat there by Baron White. And Shalik Hampton gets it to go. He'll only make him back to college basketball. Yeah, we'll see what he does in Dallas. See what he does there. Yeah, L Wildcard is shaping up. Yeah, we will see how that 6 and the ALS pays off. Abon backup makes sense. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, he'll probably get suspended like 4 games, maybe 6. For first offense, misdemeanor. It really should be. I have no tolerance for it, but my guess is he'll be probably 4 games. Extra point here. Rocco Marcantonio. Perfect. The J. Bills Invitational. 43-10. Comeback time. Here we go. Yeah, Great Alaska Shooter, that was a fun one. That used to be a fun one. High Point played in that a while ago. I think 20 years ago, High Point was in that. They were in the Great Alaska Shootout. Chance Youngstown beats Kentucky. I'm going to say 5%. It's not high, but I like Youngstown's offensive line. They have enough height or strength on the offensive line. Like, their offensive line is over 300 pounds. Onside kick now, they're just going to call it. Their offensive line is over 300 pounds. So they have the strength to play with the big boys. I don't think they're going to get manhandled at the line. Obviously, the chances are not good. But it's a top 10 FCS team for a reason. They have strength on the line. I actually think they have... It's not 0. For a top 10 FCS team against a Kentucky team that's not great, with an offensive line that averages over 300 pounds, it's not 0. I'd say 5%. It's not high, but theoretically, I could see a universe where Youngstown hangs in there. Oh yeah, the double game, that's going to be fun, yeah. Yeah, Bill Go International. Yeah, that'll be the first game we do. First FBS game we do. They're going to kick it off deep here. Thomas O'Neill to kick it off. Well, he knows from Kentucky, yeah. Be close? I think Kentucky by 17. I think relatively close-ish. But Youngstown's offensive line is good. Kickoff muffed and out of the 2 yard line. You don't see that every day. The kickoff, I don't know why you field that ball in the end zone if you're not going to take it out. The kickoff in the end zone muffed by Zion Neal, the freshman, and it lands at the 2. You don't really see that. He muffed it forward to the 2-yard line. So Youngstown pinned deep off the kickoff. Can't really take a knee here because you don't have the space to do it. Normally I'd say take a knee, get out of here. You can't really take a knee. Remember the refs do it even in the preseason? Yep, something's never changed. Yep, I like a guy with fire like that. Yeah, can't really take a knee at the 2-yard line. Back to his right here. Again, Malachi Lewis, the backup quarterback in the game. He'll hand it off out of the gun. That's going to get 3. To Sean Watley, the 5th-year man. He'll get 3 down to the 5-yard line, 2nd and 7. And now you might have some space to take a knee. So Youngstown, a great start to the season for a top 10 team in FCS. They'll play an FBS opponent next. Is for Mercyhurst. First-year coach. Gonna be tough. Not expected to do much this year. Combine that with a top 10 team on the road and then 2 games on the road in New Mexico against FBS opponents back-to-back against the Lobos and the Aggies. You just try not to lose outside of points. Well, you could get injured. I'd like to be 3-0, Hannah Brookins. Yep, if they get the upset. I don't think they will, but they have a shot. With the way the offensive line play, they play like they did today, they have a shot. Handoff here is going to get 2 to the left side, brings up 3rd and 5. For Watley once again. TCU, UNC 34-7. Yeah, I think TCU wins by a lot. No, they're not going to take timeouts here now. This one's over. It's just a get-out-of-here situation. One final play, figure one final run. And that'll do it. The Penguins go to 1-0, start the season off well. Expectations high for Youngstown, stand for last season. And so far, so good. Back to his right for Lewis, 2 at the bottom of the screen. Final play, I figure just hand it off and get out of here. From the gun, Lewis takes a snap. Gonna hand it off up the middle to the 10. First down to the 15. Juke move to the 20. And a good run there. First carry of the day for Donald Barksdale. Number 25, the sophomore back. He'll get 13, and that's going to do it. Youngstown, a dominant performance. 43 straight points at one point. 500 yards of offense as the Penguins open up this college football season with a 43-10 win over the Mercyhurst Lakers. Again, Mercyhurst going back-to-back games against New Mexico teams in FBS. Youngstown's next game on the road against Kentucky. But a good start for the Penguins, picking up right where they left off from last season. All right, on that note, I'm going to sign off here, get everything ready, including the cases, get everything ready for the Chargers-Rams game. Take care. See you guys in an hour. Final score, 43-10. The Penguins waddle their way to a Week